My beautiful, special, heartbreakingly precious friends. How are all of you doing today? Are you enjoying this fine day, which is on average several degrees Celsius than it would have been 1 century ago? I hope you are, because on this toasty, toasty day, I join you in talking about yesterday. Hey folks, how the fuck are you doing? I've got news. I've got stories. Are we ready? Okay. Before we get to any of that political bullshit, any of that political nonsense, any of that, let's be real. Nobody really cares about politics, okay? None of us give a fuck. Let's be real here. Can we be real for one goddamn second? I'm a truth teller. And that's the truth that I'm hitting you up. Nobody here cares about politics. You just like hearing your opinions being validated, don't you? That's why you come here. You don't care about learning about the issues. You just like that warm, smug feeling you get. Vosh has some good points. I agree with those points. That means that my points are good too. Hey, listen, buddy. Me too. Me too. Now, how the fuck are we doing? I actually had a super productive day yesterday, okay? I did lots of shit, all right? One of the things I did was I went to a local walk-in clinic because I've had the cough for such a long time, you know? If you've been watching my stream anytime in the past month, you know I've had like a bad cough. The clinic ended up actually being really, really nice, really good, real kind. And they prescribed me some stuff and I'm taking it now, and it's not all fixed right away, but it'll definitely help. It's definitely better. But on the way back from that clinic, Hyena and I stumbled across a house that had several cats and kittens running around outside all over the place. Okay? We saw it. It was climbing up a tree. Hopped off as soon as we got near. The lady was out. We talked to the lady. Apparently her cat up and got pregnant twice in a row. She's got a bunch of kittens that she's just given away. So with that said, Hyena, do the thing. Deploy. Hyena, deploy. Hyena, it's time. Deploy. This works better when you pretend that there isn't a delay, since you're watching the stream right now. Deploy. Hyena, deploy. Hyena! Hyena! Lives are on the line. I hear the door opening. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Dude, he's sleeping. I was trying to pick him up.
Sleepy!
Here you go.
Tiny friend.
Careful, he's very tired.
Tiny friend. Look at this sleepy baby. Look at this little kitty. 8 weeks old. Look at this little baby. Yeah, you purring? Yeah? Look at you. You're a little baby. Yeah. Whoop. And onto the desk we go. Yeah, you're sleepy, huh? Stretch. Big stretch. Stretchy baby. Don't eat the ketchup. That's ketchup from the burritos. You should. Nope. Nope. And we're getting away. And we're going away. And we are being removed from the ketchup zone. Look at this baby. Oop. Well. He doesn't have a name. We haven't named him yet. And he wasn't given a name before we got the fucker. That's the ketchup zone again. What did we say about the ketchup zone? Come here, you. Ooh, you're so cute and soft. Little meow. Here, be in the safe zone. Look at the camera. beautiful little baby. I love you. You're very cute. But I can see you want to be let go. All right. He's tired. I'm going to put him back. Here. Don't make me grab you by the scruff. I'll do it. I'm mean. I'm the mean dad.
Yeah, sorry to wake you.
Tiny, perfect, flawless baby child. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really reflects pretty well on my taste, to be honest. You know, good cat, good owner. You put ketchup on your burritos, you degenerate. Well, that's the thing. I threw ketchup in there as an option, but I ended up not even having any. See? Look. Of the 3 condiments, the ketchup was the one I used the least. The barbecue sauce was medium. Oh my god, it's dripping. Oh god, why did I do that? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I put way too much ketchup on the plate, as you can clearly see. This was very wasteful of me. Now, the ketchup didn't do too well. However, the medium here, this orangish one, that's ketchup mayonnaise, or mayetchup, or ketchays. I don't know. It came in a bottle. All right, and that was the star of the day. Listen, I'm white, okay? I'm just repping my culture. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just here to rep my fucking culture. Is that so wrong? Answer me that. The answer is yes. Hold on. All right. We gotta focus, friends. Let me go over donos, then we're jumping right the fuck in with Greta. Mathissimo, with the tier 2 sub. Thank you, comrade. That is incredibly generous of you. And I appreciate it. And I love you. 3 things that are all true. Thank you, buddy. And Flevier, with the tier 1 sub. Hey, Vosh, remember actual day? Oh, I know this. Well, his partner on his YouTube channel came out as trans and is currently transitioning. Can we get a trans rights for the wonderful Lady Hugo? Yeah, apparently. So she's still going by Hugo for now, but I'm pretty sure that's going to change soon. Hey, trans Hugo. Everyone, trans rights. Throw it up. Or you're a transphobe. The choice is yours. That's what I like to see. The Weeping Cranegale with $5. Love your content. Would you consider doing a breakdown of Gabbard and or Warren like you did with Yang? Yeah, I plan to. I don't know if Gabbard is super relevant. I'm honestly surprised she even made it through to the next round of debates. But and I'm still mad Gravel didn't make it into any of them. But yeah, and Warren definitely needs a takedown. Gabbard's main problem is her weird relationship with Hindu nationalists. That's really fucking weird. Like really, really weird. I don't with her with Modi and shit, I have no idea what's going on over there. Hindu nationalists, yeah, over in India. The fascists over in India. Guys, we did the Kashmir stream. Are you telling me that everyone here hasn't watched every video I've ever put out? Okay, listen, let's focus. Politically Inclined Atheist with $2. Name him Bernie? Probably not. He's gonna outlive Bernie. Venus CG with the $1. What moral luck? Me too dumb to understand Google definitions. Moral luck is when you... Okay, so Rem misuses the term. Moral luck is when you do something that is moral, but it is accidental. So you pull out a gun, you load up the gat to do some blat, and you point the gun at a baby, and you fire. But unbeknownst to you, behind the baby was actually a serial murder rapist who was about to murder the baby, and hopefully not rape it, because that's worse. And you kill them instead, and you're lauded as a hero. So you did a moral action, but it was entirely ethical. Or I'm sorry, it was entirely accidental. That's moral luck. You're lucky. You luck your way into being moral. Easy peasy. Maya with the tier 2 sub, thank you. Enjoy the dark orange name, comrade. Name the cat Bernie, you coward. Also, friend says the Greta thing is child abuse. Can you give your take on that later? I'll be giving my take on that real soon, actually. Mexiball Nation with the $2. His name shall be Little Lennon. You guys suck at naming things. I found the cute cat. What political people do I know that I like? I've named. It's like naming it after political figures and naming it after authors is the cringiest shit. Okay. Oh yeah, this is my cat Kierkegaard. Ooh, this is my cat Mao Zedong. Shut the fuck up. Just name it Whiskers. Shut the fuck up. Nicholas Pogson with the $2. Just watch Molyneux's Rome video. He knows nothing. I could have told you that without you having to have watched the video. Next time, DM me before watching a Stephen Molyneux video, okay? I can just tell you beforehand he doesn't know anything. Excuse me. Pop-Tart is actually not a bad name. Hideyoshi Lacan with the 7 Canadian. I'm curious, are you act utilitarian or rule utilitarian? Rule utilitarian. Act utilitarianism has some pretty glaring flaws that can't really be corrected without implementing like a broader like another level of like meta ethics to address. Otherwise, you get cuccaronied. Friends. My friends. Actually, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to improve the lighting in here. Beautiful day outside. No reason to not have the sun streaming in. I need to install a dimmer over there. Is this better? You know what? We're gonna go ahead and say this is better. Does this work? We good? Is this improved? Is this good? Did we do it? Yeah, it's fine. I just don't want my forehead looking all shiny. They're just really bright fluorescent lights directly above me, you know? Friends. Friends. What is up with Greta Thunberg? Holy shit. Listen, holy fucking shit, guys. Okay, listen. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I haven't been paying much attention to the Greta Thunberg shit because Greta Thunberg isn't a scientist. Greta Thunberg is an activist. She's an advocate. She's her job isn't to like disseminate new information that people didn't know. Her job is just to get people involved, to get people active, excited. That's her job. And that's a good job. That's important, you know? That's important work. Alongside scientists, there must always be science populists, so to speak. People who make science popular, you know? Think of like Bill Nye, for example. Now, Bill Nye is also a scientist, or at least he has credentials in that respect. But Bill Nye's job wasn't really to like push the fucking envelope with high-level research. Bill Nye's job was to get kids excited about science. And in a similar way, yeah, science communicators, or populist or popularist or popularizers, or I'm sure there are several terms that adequately describe the concept. And Greta is likewise basically that for climate change. Greta's there to agitate, to get people interested. Easiest, it's the simplest thing in the world, really. And people have been doing this for millennia, you know? So why the fuck are conservatives so fucking mad? It's wild. It's insane to me. If you like, if we just hop on Twitter real quick. if we just fucking hop on Twitter real quick and we take a look at the I fucking looked. And you look at the comments of any of this fucking bitch's tweets, people are going a fucking crazy. If you look at like fucking hashtag climate hoax, that's always a fun one to search, by the way, if you want to kill yourself. In case you're interested in killing yourself. I see this all the time. People are like, people keep like calling her a Nazi. There are people who are saying that she's like the victim of child abuse, that she's part of like the brainwashed liberal. This is the wildest shit. Okay, so first off, I want to watch with you, and this will be the first time, by the way, that I've actually heard her voice. I have never listened to her because I don't know. Really quickly, let's watch her fucking speech at the UN. Okay, we're gonna go over. Okay, we're gonna grade her. She's 16, right? So she should be a sophomore in high school. Okay, I'm 25. I'm young. I'm just old enough to be like a teacher. Okay, hey, all right. Class is in session. Greta, show us what you're made of. You're being graded on this. The punishment for bad grade is death.
Was a lonely event a little over a year ago, and in the intervening time you have sparked the interest of millions, literally, of children around the globe demanding action for climate change. What's your message to world leaders today?
My message is that we'll be watching you.
Damn.
This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying.
Her voice
Entire
sounds
ecosystems are
nothing like what I
collapsing.
expected.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
So, from an optics perspective, we have to think, okay, so it's a call-out speech. She's calling out other people. She's calling out people for their inactivity, for their ignorance, so on and so forth, right? So we like the speech because we agree with her. It's easy for us to like the speech because we're not being called out. However, we have to think, like, how does this speech sound if you're one of the subhuman Neanderthals who still buys into the coal oil propaganda outlets that say that climate change is still a hoax? Like, what if you were one of these knuckle draggers? How would this feel to you? You know, so for a lot of people believe that global warming is a hoax perpetuated by the liberal academic elite, designed to make America kowtow to the interests of other nations, to make America weak and self-conscious and derivative, while the other nations blow past us. It's essentially a form of externalized self-destruction, right? So that's what a lot of people believe, that, right? So to them, I don't know how effective this is. I don't really know. That's a really interesting, like, sort of optical question. If you're trying to motivate people to action, and these people are like actually brain dead, where do you move from that? Like, what's the approach? Do you mock them for being the victims of propagandists? Do you call out the billionaires who are funding the propaganda networks? Do you shit on the Republican Party as a broader thing? Like, I'm really interested. I wonder, because this is like a really tough sell rhetorically. All right.
For more than 30 years, the science has been crystal clear. How dare you continue to look away and come here saying that you're doing enough when the politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight? You say you hear us and that you understand the urgency. But no matter how sad and angry I am, I do not want to believe that. Because if you really understood the situation and still kept on failing to act, then you would be evil, and that I refuse to believe.
Okay. There are some people in chat right now who are saying, like, I think she's calling out the billionaire propagandists. But this line, to me, suggests that she's not. This, I refuse to believe that you know what you're doing, that is not what you would say if you were targeting the people responsible for perpetuating, like, a propaganda machine. You know what I mean? That I disagree with. This, to me, makes it sound like she's trying to... This, to me, makes it like she's trying to get the fucking libcucks, you know? She's trying to get the conservatives and the fascists and stuff. She's trying to get, like, the broader audience. And I don't know... She's calling out the politicians for not acting. No. If she was just calling out the politicians, she would have never said, and I refuse to believe you are aware of what... I disagree strongly. I think that any sensible analysis of sort of the political situation surrounding climate change and how we've responded to it systemically, all of these things stem from maliciousness, not from ignorance. Or she's just a naive teenager. What the fuck kind of counter... what? Yeah, I'm grading her. What the fuck? Oh, hey, I question this rhetoric. Oh, well, she's just a teenager. I know she's a fucking teenager. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, but she's a kid. What the fuck you people talk? Guys, I'm grading the rhetoric of the speech. We're talking about its effectiveness. The age of the person who's presenting it is irrelevant to the analysis of the speech itself. Politician, stop hating on her? What the... You're getting bad. You fucking brainlet. Fool. Easiest man of my life. Fucking idiots. Don't be mean. No one's being fucking mean. We're talking. So, you can go two routes with this. You can call out the people who are responsible for perpetuating this in the higher-ups. That would be the bankers, the politicians, the transnational elite, big echo signs, if you're not say blah, blah, blah. Or you can call out sort of the broader population. But if you're calling out the broader population, you can't... Your rhetorical approach has to be very different. There's a difference between criticizing like this external elite group that's responsible for perpetuating misery and calling out the millions of people who have been sort of saddled onto those lies. It's very, very, very different. But I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
The popular idea of cutting our emissions in half in 10 years only gives us a 50% chance of staying below 1.5 degrees and the risk of setting off irreversible chain reactions beyond human control.
Damn.
50% may be acceptable to you, but those numbers do not include tipping points, most feedback loops, additional warming hidden by toxic air pollution, or the aspects of equity and climate justice. They also rely on my generation sucking hundreds of billions of tons of your CO2 out of the air with technologies that barely exist. So a 50% risk is simply not acceptable to us.
I like that meme right there, by the way. That's a big meme. That fucking cappies, that's what I call capitalists, cappies. That's a big fucking meme for them. The idea that future technology will be able to solve this. It's all well and good to have faith, by the way, in humans' capacity to develop new technologies to deal with myriad problems. We do that all the time. We've done that before. I believe in humans. However, there's a big difference between doing it or saying, we're going to commit the resources necessary. We're going to put the money into R&D to make sure it happens, and waving your hands and vaguely, the free market. Oh, the free market. Oh, human innovation. Human innovation is unimaginably powerful. We don't need to fund it. We don't need to do anything about it. Someone will just come up with a solution. As all of our scientific agencies get deregulated and defunded, as we pump more and more and more and more money into private sector research that doesn't really aim towards the betterment of humanity, I mean, it doesn't really matter, you know. Innovation is innovation. People will come up with it. Of course, in reality, innovation is not this stochastic, inevitable, like random dice roll that occurs irrespective of other conditions. It is, in fact, something that has to be invested into. So when people, on one hand, praise the ingenuity of innovators and how they might pose a future solution to these problems, and then on the other hand, destroy the systems that guide that ingenuity, pretty cringe, TBH. Actually, pretty cringeworthy.
We who have to live with the consequences. To have a 67% chance of staying below a 1.5 degrees of global temperature rise, the best odds given by the IPCC, the world had 420 gigatons of CO2 left to emit back on January 1st, 2018.
And acronyms.
Today, that figure is already down to less than 350 gigatons. How dare you pretend that this can be solved with just business as usual and some technical solutions? With today's emissions levels, that remaining CO2 budget will be entirely gone within less than 8.5 years. There will not be any solutions or plans presented in line with these figures here today, because these numbers are too uncomfortable and you are still not mature enough to tell it like it is.
Ooh.
You are failing us.
Cringing at the global liberal
establishment. Young people are starting to understand your betrayal. The eyes of all future generations are upon you. And if you choose to fail us, I say we will never forgive you. We will not let you get away with this. Right here, right now, is where we draw the line. The world is waking up, and change is coming whether you like it or not. Thank you.
Damn. One problem in her speech, big issue, implying there will be future generations around to never forgive the boomers. But they can't keep getting away with it! The boomers are getting away with it, folks. There's not going to be anyone left to boomers are going to fucking dab into the ether, and all the zoomers will be left. The last generation. They can't keep getting away with it. That'd be a good Get Less Billionaire. So, I think that was a pretty good speech. I think that, here, let's bring up paint. We all need, listen, is it a Voss stream if it's not a paint stream? Can we be real? Can we fucking get real for a second? Whoa! That's not what I wanted to hit. Whoa, why'd it close? Did I hit the kill button? Oh, that's weird. Well, Clip Studio Paint has a kill button. Vosh, and what are you doing about climate change? You have no room to critique her? Are you a liberal? Oh, your name is literally Intellectual Liberal 4. Okay. No, I'm not going to ban you. What the fuck are you talking about? All right, listen up, friends. It's time to talk optics. Who are you appealing to when you talk about climate change, okay? So listen, all right? Listen up. Listen. Hey, listen! Listen up, okay? There are a lot of different groups who are broadly culpable in the planet dying. Who banned them? I'm the banner here. Whatever. Fuck you people. Anyway, there are a lot of groups who are culpable in the planet dying, okay? And you have to approach them in different ways. Watch this. Are you ready? Watch this. Okay? All right. First, you've got you know it. You know them. You love them. Listen. First up, we've got the bourgeois class, okay? This is the first one. The bougies, the boogies, the booglies, okay? So this includes basically all uber wealthy people, capital owners above a certain threshold of power, and politicians. These are the people who actually run and guide our society, okay? These motherfuckers up here, all right? Then we have, all right? Then we have the fucking magatards, okay? Okay? Then we've got these fucking people, all right? We've got these fucking peeps right over here. We've got these. Then we've got, how do I draw smug, intellectually deficient liberals? Can I draw Elon Musk? I'm just going to draw a rocket, okay? Listen, the rocket is Elon Musk, okay? Okay? See that? We've got them, okay? And then finally, on the far end of the spectrum, okay? We've got the doomers. How do we draw a doomer? How do you draw the doomer? And then they have... This one? There's the doomer, okay? Listen, this is it. These are the 4 horsemen of the end of the world, okay? These are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse right here. And if you're going to... And all of these people stand in the way of us dealing with climate change, okay? We have to have... These 4 people are responsible to different extents, okay? Let's watch together, all right? First of all, these people, 100% on them. When the world burns, they will be the first ones tossed into the scalding Pacific, all right? This is it. These are the fucking ones on top. These are oil executives, coal executives, and politicians who are bought by either, who knowingly perpetuate false information designed to keep the public complicit in the destruction of the planet. Okay? These people are malicious. They are knowing and malicious. They have the intelligence and the political capital necessary to understand what they are doing, and they are doing what they are doing in spite of that. These people, I prescribe them the guillotine in a video game. This is a Minecraft guillotine. It's part of a resource pack. No, for real though. This is a specific group of people that have to be addressed specifically, okay? Now, in the immortal words of Karl Marx, who wrote capital letters, okay? People will do stuff that benefits them. That's what Karl Marx said, okay? Marl Karks, all right? So no amount of fucking motivational speeching No fucking fancy pants UN speech is going to change the perspective of these people. They're not. They already know what they're doing. They've bought in. They're committed to being pieces of shit. The only thing you can really do is make it so that it is no longer in their material interest to continue being subhuman pieces of shit, right? That's pretty much all you can do. Because you can't change their mind. Because they know what they're doing. They're not misinformed. They're just bad people. So what you need to do is you have to cultivate a political climate where it is politically unfavorable, where it is a bad idea to continue to propagate that propaganda, you know? So you can't directly address these people. You can address them in like the, hey, you, fuck you sense, but you can't appeal to them, you know? Then you have the fucking magatards, okay? Not all of them are magatards, but like 98% of them are, okay? So let's be real, okay? We know that. All right? Look at this. These fucking people. Have you ever been, by the way, on MAGA Twitter? Hold on. This is a doomed place. This is a truly cursed environment. If you ever go in into MAGA Twitter, if you ever go over here, you will see some shit, okay? This is where you experience ego death, okay? And there are a lot of hashtags. I don't know why. A lot of hashtags. People love their hashtags in MAGA Twitter. Hashtag Wake Up America. Hashtag Impeachment Sham. Hashtag Dems. Hashtag Trump 2020 Landslide. Hashtag Fake Whistleblower. Hashtag Joe China. Hashtag Ukraine Extortion. Hashtag Walk Away. Hashtag Democrat Hypocrisy. Hashtag Witch Hunt. Hashtag Fake Outrage. Hashtag MAGA. Hashtag Trump 2020. Hashtag CAG. CAG? CAG? I don't know what the fuck CAG means, but this is how these people talk. Anyway, the point that I'm getting at laboriously is that people, Republicans are subhuman. And I mean that in every sense of the word. I mean that if you, I'm no surgeon myself, but I know this. And there are studies on this, by the way. I'm not just like, Keep America Great, gotcha. I'm not just rattling this off. If you actually do an autopsy of a Republican, you will actually find distinct physiological distinctions between their body and those of a human being. The organs are wilted. The blood is of a sickly color. The skin is atonal beyond the first couple layers, like almost as though a vampire, someone painted on, like spray tanned. There's deeply wrong. Now the skull shape, folks. Don't even get me started on the skull shape of the Republican. The point I'm getting at is these people are difficult to reach. Okay, so how do you reach these fucking people? How do you do it? Tell me how you do it. Okay. We forgot the tail. Blah. There you go. Look at that little tail. How do we do it? Okay, so there are two basic routes, okay? You appeal to the commoner, or you appeal to righteous indignation, okay? So in one route over here, okay, you can say, here, watch this. I'll do a little mini speech. Watch this, okay? Pretend I'm Greta Thunberg, okay? I'm doing the Greta Thunberg voice, okay? For many decades now, American industry has been built on one idea and one idea only, and that is to make as much money as possible for the people who own those businesses. And let me tell you, folks, I love America, I love capitalism, and I love business owning. I love the people who make our economy great, who give us jobs, but let us recognize something. All good relationships have balance in them. There is a balance that is key to that relationship. And let me tell you, there is very little balance right now in the relationship between us and them. And that imbalance is best demonstrated by the fact that, and let me tell you folks, okay, I'm being sincere with this. I have looked over the papers myself. There is a lot here to take a real close look at. And let me tell you, it is very worrying. The papers from the scientists have shown that we are on the cusp of a very, very serious environmental problem, folks. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there that have spread a lot of false information about this, and I ain't aiming to go ahead and bolster that false information. I'm not a fake news boy, but let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you, I've had my boys run it by, I've looked at, I've done the independent research, and it really does seem like we are in the cusp of having to make some serious changes in this country. And let me tell you, those changes should come at the cost of the people who caused the problem that needs changing, all right? And let me tell you, it wasn't you with your plastic straws and your paper bags that caused this problem. It wasn't me with my with my recycling and my compost. No, let me tell you, it was the people who were taking the most from our economy. It is the people, the winners, the people who won the most. It is from the factories. It is from the business owners. These are the people who did the harm. These are the people who are going to need to pay. And if you think that's wrong, if you think they're being punished for hard work, they ain't, okay? They're still winning. They still on top, all right? All they're doing is paying their fair share, cleaning up a mess they created. We're going to get on top of this because if we don't, it's people like you and I who are going to suffer the most. You understand that? People like you and I, not them. They've got helicopters. They've got big businesses. They've got their Cayman Island accounts. They've got their 6th, 7th vacation home. They can just move and move and move. They're going to be fine no matter what happens. But you and me, you want to pay an extra $100, $200 a month AC when the temperature keeps rising every summer? Tell you what, where I live, we've had 7 consecutive hottest days every July, every single July running. Hottest day next year, hottest day next year, hottest day. You want to be paying that cost? Do you want to be paying more for fuel when we don't do anything to renovate our transportation systems and we're running on what's left of the gas left in this country, left on this planet, and gas keeps getting more and more and more pricey, but because we keep building cities further and further and further out, you ain't got nothing to do except spend $20 getting to work and $20 getting back on gas? Is that what you want to do? They don't mind. They got $20. They'll spend $2,000 on the helicopter gas. But you and I can't do that. And you and I are the ones who made that work. You and I are the ones who worked them factory lines, who worked that retail job. You and I deserve a better future than what they're trying to give to us. They're pushing money right now through Washington. They're pushing their big business dollars to our corrupt politicians, doing everything in their power to suppress legislation that would make this relationship fair again, to make sure that you and I do not suffer the consequences for their greed. There. That is one way to sell. How do I draw this? How do I draw that? Here, I'm going to draw, listen, I'm drawing the American flag, okay? There we go. Bleh. I'm not drawing fucking... There we go. That's one way to appeal, okay? You go for that common populist Dixie charm right there, and you do your absolute best to appeal to Americana in a way that like calls out the people who are responsible, okay? And alternatively, another way that you can go about this is to appeal to the more conspiratorial elements of the MAGA crowd, okay? You can go to the more conspiratorial elements. And that one, by the way, is much easier because this QAnon shit blew up enough that people are really receptive to this kind of stuff. And this one's really fucking simple. Literally, all you have to do is pretend to be Alex Jones, okay? And I'm not going to try and do an Alex Jones voice because I've had a cough for long enough. But you get the gist, all right? You're going to get the gist, all right? I'm not doing a fucking Alex Jones voice. Jesus Christ. Now listen, you and I, we do the work in this country. You and I, and by you and I mean Americans. I mean most Americans, okay? We work hard. Hardest working country there is, all right? And you know, and we know, we all know it, okay? We've been getting screwed over for a really long time, all right? They say Democrats, Republicans, you understand, both of them, they've got basically the same aims in mind. Trump, what has Trump done? Economy, baby, the stock, the NASDAQ's going up. Economy's still hurting for most of us. People still working a lot of jobs. And you know, and we know, okay, the real reason things aren't changing isn't because we haven't elected the right guy into office. It's because the system is broken. And I don't mean we need to go with any like fucking communism or any shit like that. It just means the wrong people are up there. Okay? We've got these nasty, pedophile fucks up there in Washington. We've got these big money, deep state execs working with the politicians. They buy those politicians. They buy and sell them like drugs. And then they write the bills and slide it right in front of those junior senators and junior congressmen. Hey, you, just sign it off. That's what they do. This isn't a democracy. This isn't America. This isn't how America was when I was born, okay? This is an oligarchy. This is corporatism. You and I are getting fucked. And one of the ways we're getting fucked, and let me tell you, this is a big one. Hey, I understand you've probably heard a lot about this, but hey, let's be real, okay? Let's be fucking real for a second. It's getting hotter. It's getting way warmer these days. You know it. You'd be an idiot not to know it. You think this is just a bump? We ain't seen bump like this before. You know who doesn't want you to understand science? Them. Because they are the ones who profit from your ignorance. Never let yourself be ignorant. Be a fucking lion, okay? Lions aren't ignorant. Lions understand every square inch of the savannah they patrol, and that is what you need to do. And one of those square inches, one of the parts of that savannah, the dark area they don't want you to go in, is understanding how they're fucking you over by ruining the environment, by ruining this planet that we all have to share with them, just so they can get another yacht, just so they can buy another couple dozen Thai boys to fuck while they snort cocaine off the kid's back, all right? That's what they're getting out of it. What are we getting out of it? We're getting skyrocketing global temperatures every single year. We're getting ruinous effects to our environment. Species you like when you were a kid, hey, I hope you liked them when they were there, okay? Because by the time I die, I'm pretty sure half of the animals I knew when I grew up are gonna be fucking gone. The polar bears, I hope that wasn't your favorite animal. Fucking seals, fucking killer whales. They're the ones making money off of this, all right? It's the deep state. They're the ones who profit, and they sell you these lies. They're Prager University videos, or Ben Shapiro, the weaselly fuck, who will lie to you, bald-faced. They'll look you in the eye, and they'll say shit like, when the water levels rise, you can just sell your home. Sell your home to fucking what? It's underwater. And he knew that. He knew that when he said it. Ben Shapiro, he knew that when he said it, but someone told him to say it. Maybe it was Murdoch. Maybe it was Soros, or maybe it was one of the Coe brothers. It doesn't really matter, does it? They're all the same, and they have the same interests, all right? But you and me got different interests, all right? Now listen, here's our shared interest. For only $2.99 a month, $2.99.99 a month, you can join my mug club. And let me tell you, folks, these mugs, they're made in America, they're better, and so on and so on. That is the other good way you sell them on this shit, okay? How do I draw? I'm drawing the Illuminati. There we go. Is the eye sideways or here, there? There we go. There you go. The Eye of Providence. Have I ever personally convinced people like that, or are you just brainstorming? When you're trying to change people's minds, you can never change them by talking to them directly. The best way the best way to change people's minds is to leave them with information contrary to that which they already possess, and then to fucking dip. Literally just dip. Just leave and give them a bit, and hopefully they'll sit on it, and maybe they'll change their mind. That's it. You won't convince them of sustainable climate policies with rhetoric like this. You'll just turn them into eco-fascists. The goal here is to get people motivated to stop climate change. That is specifically what I am referring to. Yo, this is going to be on YouTube? Everything I do is on YouTube. I'm streaming this on YouTube right now. Hold on. Cough's going to take a little bit to come back, okay? Now, with the fucking libs, okay? And this is a very specific demographic of people, okay? So, these people, the porkies over here, know there's climate change and don't want to do anything about it. These people, the magatards, don't know there's climate change and don't want anything to do about it, okay? They don't want anything done about it because they don't think it's real. These people know there's climate change but don't do anything meaningful to stop it. They are nominally against climate change, okay? And these are fucking liberals, okay? Look, it's a rocket like Elon Musk, okay? These are the people who will argue about budgets and deficits when talking about whether or not it's feasible to prevent the end of the world. These are the people who will hand wave and suggest that sometime in the near future, oh, hey, ingenuity will take care of it. Ingenuity, all right? We don't need to worry too hard, all right? Wait, hold on. What the fuck? No, that's all kind of wrong. The best way to change people's mind is through Socratic dialogue. Make them answer questions that lead them directly to the answer you want them to. That's more or less the only way. No. I'm sorry. If you've ever directly argued with someone, if you unironically believe that the Socratic method is the proper way to change minds, I'm really sorry. The Socratic method is a really good way of sussing out, like, good or bad ideas. But in terms of changing people's minds, no. Direct debate can never do it. It cannot do it. The best thing that you can do is challenge people's beliefs and then put them in an environment where they don't feel, where you minimize the consequences to their pride if they change those beliefs. No, I'm sorry. Please, God, go up to a fucking MAGA hat and start Socratic methoding them, okay? Please, go have fun. The libs, my friends. The fucking libs. The fucking libs! They can't keep getting away with it. These are the people who say climate change is bad, who recognize it exists. However, they do nothing to meaningfully address it. They hem and haw about timetables and budgets. These are those people, okay? And if you're calling out these people, I don't feel like doing another fucking speech, okay? If you're calling out these people, the best thing you can do, by far, easily, is to call them dumb fucks. Okay? It's to call them dumb fucks. I'm not joking. The thing is here, these people, as we've acknowledged prior, are subhuman, and you can only appeal to them by hitting them like on strong emotional points, okay? The problem is these people already think they're doing everything they can to better the world. They think that process is defined by incremental change and by approving slight increases to R&D teams who are trying to uncover some nonsense incremental bullshit like this, okay? These people can't really be reached with these same broad emotional talking points because they already think they're in the emotional right. All right? That's some gay ass shit. So if you're talking to them, all you can really do is hammer home that it's not fucking working, okay? No, we can do it, okay? Hey, liberal. Hello, liberal. Hey. Listen up. Hey, how you doing? Climate change is pretty bad, huh? I know you're working hard. You're recycling. You've stopped using plastic straws. I know. It's very good. Oh, you're going vegan soon. Wonderful. You're doing wonderfully, okay? And I bet you feel really good about yourself. But here is a slight problem. It's not enough. It will never be enough. Not just you. I mean, of course, you alone won't be enough. If every single human on the planet who is capable of doing what you're doing did what you did, it wouldn't be enough. Do you know what would be enough, though? massive systemic change within our political and economic system. Big system change. Not you. Big system change. Your system is, it's so great. It's so cute. You're doing great, okay? I'm really proud of you and how few plastic cups you're using, all right? But you, my friend, have been fed a ridiculous lie. You have been fed the lie that climate change is a product of American or of Western greed. That it's a product of the individual people who live here consuming too much, too many straws. And if we just stop doing that, and if we started recycling, that the world would improve. But, and I'm really sorry to say this, that was a lie. In reality, the vast majority of CO2 produced on this planet, particularly within America, is done by corporations. Big systems with big money who spend that money keeping politicians from writing laws to rein those suckers in. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh yeah, big business is bad, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Why don't you do something about it? One thing you could do is to stop harping on about what the individual does with their time, with their money, whether or not they recycle, whether or not they're vegan, and spend a little bit more time calling for systemic change for the people who are actually harming the world. Because the way it feels to me is that you're not so much interested in making the world better and preventing climate change as you are with feeling like you're a part of the solution. That's the feeling I get from you, you know? And that sucks because we're not all you, actually, and I don't care how good you feel about yourself. And when I see you on Twitter or on Reddit or on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or whatever, prattling on about how people need to make more eco-conscientious decisions in their day-to-day life, I can't help but wonder, why are you leaving such a big part of the puzzle out of the equation? Why are you leaving? Why do you only focus on the individual change? When pressed on this, why do you dawdle off into some meaningless soliloquy on the strength of human innovation and the capacity for change we all hold within our hearts? Why is it that you are so dedicated to opposing climate change, but so utterly unwilling to name its causes, its real causes? It just makes me feel like you're a fucking lib, to be honest. It makes me feel like you're more interested in keeping the system the way it is now, even if it means the end of the earth, than you are with changing that system to not end the earth. You should stop relying on solutions that are fed to you by people who are actually responsible for the problem. The plastic straws don't mean shit. Minor change. But funny how California was willing to pass a law that so many people raged so hard against. Very unpopular, that plastic straw change, to a lot of people, but they are equally unwilling to pass any laws whatsoever to change the behavior of the corporations that are responsible for the majority of pollution and CO2 production within that state. That's a little strange, don't you think? Why was California so willing to piss off voters, but so unwilling to challenge the comparatively minute portion of its demographic base that worked for a particular company? That's really weird. I wonder why. You know, and this is a true story, by the way. Back when I lived in Beverly Hills, very rich, very, very wealthy area. I mean, I wasn't super rich, but it was a nice area. You know what the city did to promote wellness and climate change prevention. Do you know what the city did? The city went door to door and gave all of us little suction cup shower hourglasses. This is true. It was a 5-minute hourglass on a suction cup. And you'd put it in your shower, you'd stick it to a tile, and you'd turn it, and your shower is supposed to be done in 5 minutes. This is Beverly Hills. Do you have any idea how many executives, how many bougie fucks live in that town? And they gave us shower timers. That's what they gave us. They're so willing to shit on their voters. Oh, the planet's facing a global crisis? Looks like you've been taking 8-minute showers there, bucko. Try and cut that down a bit. Oh, sir, businessman, I tip my hat to you. Oh, no, you don't need to worry about me. Listen, I say I'm in favor of opposing climate change, but I wouldn't do anything to get in the way of your profits. Yes, thank you, sir. I look forward to seeing you at my fundraiser next month. Big problems require big solutions. Imagine if in World War II, Nazi Germany was spreading this way and that, and all the neighboring governments, so your Denmarks, your Finlands, your France, your England, Poland, all these countries, all of the rich, up and left, all the wealthy folk, the politicians, businessmen, they all dip, and in their absence, they leave all of the regular people notes saying, there are guns in the armories. Just do what you can as an individual to deal with this problem. It'd be ludicrous, of course, but that is essentially what you're propping up here. Your inaction, and that's exactly what it is, because I don't count not using plastic cups as action, is in large part responsible for the end of the world, the coming end of the world. And I beg of you, please drop your meaningless, hyperbolized affection for the system as it exists today in favor of one which doesn't threaten the planet. That's pretty much all you can do with these people. And I lumped in a lot, like, broadly. But basically, what are we doing? You know what? Here's a fucking chai tea. There. There we go. We did it. That's a chai tea. And then we have the doomers. And the doomers just think the world is going to end no matter what, and there's nothing we can do. These people's minds can't really be changed. And also, there aren't that many of these people. If their mind is going to be changed, it's because they started getting on medication, not because they heard a good argument. And there we have it. So, what did Greta's argument sound like most? It mostly sounded like this one to me. Greta's argument sounded like it was aimed at people who know that climate change exists, but are unwilling to do anything to stop it. This is what Greta's sounded like to me. The problem is nothing changes until these people do. And the only way to change these people's opinions, or not really their opinions, but their behavior, is to make it, excuse me, is to make it such that it is no longer politically efficacious for them to continue pushing that propaganda. And the best way for them to do that is to make that propaganda unfavorable to their voter base. So to my mind, if we want to deal with climate change, This is what we have to do. I think that by far, these rhetorical approaches are the ones that are most underutilized and most potentially efficacious. Because as long as a substantial chunk of the voting base in this country is utterly convinced that that global climate change is a libtard myth, these people are untouchable right here. Because they have a voter base that will live and die to protect their lies. So make eco-fascists, I mean, okay. They're already fascists. It's better to have eco-fascists than non-eco-fascists. When people are like, this is how you make eco-fascists. Have you talked to a Republican lately? They're already fascists. These people are already fascist bootlickers. At least make them care about the fucking environment. The goal here, the goal that we're talking about in this specific stream, is how do you get people to care about climate change? So we're talking about how to make people eco. They're already fascists, so they're going to be eco-fascists, okay? But being an eco-fascist is still better than being an anti-eco-fascist. Listen, it's a step forward, okay? We deal with the eco here, we deal with the fascist elsewise. Eco-fascists will kill the poor people as that's how they solve climate change. They're already going to do that. Whether you like it or not, a substantial portion of the voting base in this country is already fascist or fascist-leaning. And if they're going to be fascist or fascist-leaning, they might as well be the brand of fascist that doesn't let the world end. Eco-fascism will land better with the youth, don't do it? What the fuck kind of argument is that? Okay, chat's got unironic fucking brainworms today, okay? You've got two problems here. One of them is that the world is dying because of climate change, and one of them is that fascists exist. 98% of my channel is dedicated to dealing with this, and I spend one fucking moment saying that we could deal with this by using folksy Americana propagandizing, and you people whine and pitch a fucking fit like, oh, well then how do we deal with the fascists? Shut the fuck up! We're going to be dealing with fascists in this country for centuries, okay? They're here whether you like it or not. The poor people are dying whether we like it or not. The brown people are dying whether we like it or not. We can stop that, but we have another fucking problem to deal with here. And as the world burns and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of brown people die because fucking dipshit MAGA bros over here were never convinced that climate change was a real thing, I would love you to look upon them smugly and say, we didn't want to risk bolstering eco-fascism as opposed to regular fascism, as it may have appealed more to the sensibilities of the younger folks. So that's why we didn't bother convincing 40% of the electorate of the most powerful country on the planet of climate change, because we didn't feel it really addressed the underlying, problematic nature of their values. It's funny because you say that that using like fucking Americana conspiracy shit to address climate change is going to like bolster eco-fascism. Both of these are lefty takes. You realize that, right? When I did this shit, I was literally arguing in favor of proletarian organizing. I just did it using folksy Americana terminology. On this one, I literally argued against like the elite, except I did it using folksy American conspiratorial terminology. This is how you appeal to people, guys. This is how you engage in rhetoric. I'm sorry I haven't done my fucking rhetoric stream yet, so some of you are like not sufficiently fucking up on this shit. But if you want to change people's minds, sometimes you have to deviate from the 100% fucking optimal way of appealing to people's interests. And this is a really good way to appeal to people's interests. And of the people who are pulled more towards eco-fascism from this rhetoric, I bet you 10 times as many people will be pulled towards material analysis and class consciousness on part of it. Isn't bolstering nationalism or conspiracy theories bad praxis? For one, the left is pretty fucking... For one, whoa, hold on. Whoa. For one, no. It is not bolstering nationalism to use nationalism to appeal to Americans and spread class consciousness. What the fuck kind of brain dead take is that? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a leftist. I can only change people's minds without mentioning America. I don't want to appeal to any patriotism because that would be problematic. No, do what needs to be done to change people's minds. Easy. And as for the conspiratorial shit, nothing that I said was conspiratorial. Wealthy people conspire to prevent politicians from voting on climate change action, and also wealthy people fuck kids. Every single wealthy person right now is fucking a child. Are you wealthy? Pull your fucking dick out of that 8-year-old, okay? You're fucking disgusting. You fucking disgust me. All of you are Epstein, all right? This is true. Right now, this is true, okay? So this is no more conspiratorial than any of my fucking shows, and this is basically what I say on a day-to-day basis, except done with a southern drawl. All right. You're all Epstein. All of you are Epstein. I'm Epstein. I am Spartacus. Like for those of you, like, you, oh my God. You people, sorry, I shouldn't generalize, not you people. Coalition building is really, really, really fucking important, okay? Like, really important. And if you're unwilling to coalition build with a huge portion of the country because it icks you out to deal with patriotism and nationalism, then you're not good at coalition building. You're just bad at it. Like, you can't do it that well, you know? That's important. I will absolutely appeal to nationalism if it changes people's minds on this issue. Brother, hey, I'll appeal to religion if I need to. Hey, have you heard the word of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? We were given this earth as a bountiful home to for us to live in as kings of this. But lately, some ungodly folk have taken destruction. I'll do anything. I don't give a fuck. The point isn't the rhetoric that you use. That's just how you deliver the point. The point is the positions you get other people to arrive at after you've finished with the rhetoric. They'd shut down so fast. Well, I also don't know anything about, like, religion, so I could probably get out-argued by most Bible thumpers, you know? Would I eat poop? I would eat up to a moderate amount of poop to prevent the end of the world, okay? Up to a moderate amount, but not too much. This is exactly what you're talking about? Ah, yes, excellent. Everyone's seen this tweet, right? Hey, if you think a 16-year-old can give speeches on climate change, then you should have no problem with Epstein raping children. Now that is a good-ass take right there. Squad W, brothers. What incredible hypocrisy. Can you imagine the gall of people who think it's okay for 16-year-olds to try and save the world, but don't think it's okay to rape 16-year-olds? Squad W, brothers. This is some fucking misandry right here. That's some dumbass shit. People get so crazy fucking triggered about Greta Thunberg. So fucking triggered. Do you know why that is? False prophet of the children's crusade. Do you know the real reason why people like conservatives are so fucking mad about Greta? The real reason why is because she's speaking out of turn. There is nothing conservatives are more disgusted by than the idea of a person, not just that, a young person, not just that, a young girl, not just that, a young girl on the autism spectrum, calling them out. It is a grievous harm to them. Their egos cannot tolerate it. They're not capable of handling it. Because at the end of the day, conservatism is driven by emotion. It is. It is driven by fear It is driven by hatred. It's mostly driven by fear. It's driven by paranoia, but it's mostly driven by fear. Most conservatives are deeply fearful people. They're deeply scared. Really quickly, I'm going to address some of the broader complaints that people throw at Greta Thunberg, okay? I can roll through these like in my sleep, because the people who are throwing out these points know that they're bad points. These people understand that that these are indefensible arguments, but they will throw them out there anyway, because, you know, they don't really care. They don't really care about being truthful, because, guys, say it with me. Say it the fuck with me. Fascists don't care about the chat. Truth and facts are both acceptable answers. Yep. There we go. Truth and facts. Those both count. A+. A fucking plus. Fascies do not care. They don't care about the truth. Not in the sense that they're ignorant. They know. They just don't care if they're right or wrong. They have a very specific agenda they want to push, and nothing about that agenda has any room within it for a young neuroatypical girl telling them that they're contributing to the end of the world. So let's go over these arguments, huh? Really quick Greta Thunberg arguments. It's child abuse to let your kid be a public spokesperson for this issue. No. Children have been public figures since time immemorial. Would you go back and say the same to every young person who has ever done any public service or any public work? No, of course you wouldn't. That would be fucking ridiculous. You're just ass mad. In fact, Greta Thunberg having the opportunity to speak at the UN is probably going to set her for life in terms of accessibility to like job opportunities, in terms of like outcomes for like a better future. Any child of that age would consider it a tremendous honor to have the opportunity to do what she has done. Any one of them. So the idea that this is child abuse is just stupid. You don't believe that. Greta Thunberg is a Nazi because I saw a picture of a Nazi girl with braids, and she has braids. Okay. I thought us lefties were the ones who called everyone Nazis. Greta Thunberg is not scientifically educated enough to speak on these issues. You don't have to be scientifically educated on the specifics of global climate change in order to speak the very salient point that most people are, either through very deliberate ignorance or through blatant propagandizing, ignoring its effects. You don't need to be in on the science there. It would be like, see, I'm not a doctor, okay? I don't have much medical training. However, I still think I am educated enough to say, please stop that if a person is stabbing themselves in the throat over and over and over again. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really know what's happening with the knife in the throat. I imagine things are getting severed and they're losing blood, and it's probably bad. However, I couldn't really give you the specifics. Doesn't mean I can't pull that knife away. Furthermore, Greta Thunberg is a puppet of the lefty god tier, the lefty Jewish conspiracy establishment. Evidence also of what, even if that was true, of what relevance is that? What does any of it mean? I have no idea what that means. What does it mean to be a puppet of the establishment? Like, what does that have to do with her points? I don't care if she's like the granddaughter of Soros himself. Like, I have no fucking idea. Like, what is that? What do you mean? It's a literal non-argument. I have no idea what point you're trying to get across. She's autistic. Okay, cool. She's ugly. Okay, cool. There are a lot of conservatives who would just relentlessly make fun of her for being on the autism spectrum and for like her appearance. It's really weird. I don't know why you're so obsessed with how children look. I don't fuck kids because I'm not a Republican and not a billionaire. So I don't know. I don't know. I've never, listen. I've never slipped myself into a kid. I don't know. I don't have the fresh perspective on how children look that conservatives have, So that's something you're in that respect, In that respect, you have one up on me in regards to your general worldliness. That's basically the gist of it. All of the arguments against Greta Thunberg are the desperate screeching and wailing of people who are personally triggered. And they are. I've seen people I've seen the Twitter threads, folks. Actually triggered by the existence of Greta Thunberg. And to you I say, haha, lol, you mad? You triggered? Bro, how are you mad? You mad, bro? Triggered? You triggered? Are you getting triggered right now? Are you triggered? Can you feel it triggering in you? Are you mad? Are you mad about being triggered? Are you triggered about being mad? I bet you're both. Mad about being triggered, triggered about being mad, being triggered, and being mad. That's all 4 things. Are you all 4 things? Are you mad about being triggered about being mad? It can go infinite. There are infinite regressions in both directions, my friend. You are both mad and triggered, triggered and mad. Check yourself. That's it. That's all I have to say. And malding! That's all I have to say. Nice! And cut. And then we cut where the video will be. Yeah, I saw that pig puncher. Let's go over donos, huh? Balthazar, 228 with the $2. Cheeto, Tiger, or Pop-Tart. Might be Pop-Tart. That'd be a good-ass name for a cat. Hammer Time with the $1. Chairman Meow. Shut the fuck up. It's been done. Mexiball Nation with the $2. Really? Ketchup on tacos? No. Ketchup on burritos. Look, it's still here. It's been curdling in the sun. Do you like that? Look at it slide. It's congealed like jam. It's not even leaving a smear, really. Ah, yes. Oh no! Oh no, poopy! Oh no, poopy poopy! Oh no! Yay! Alright. Jakaria 3 with the tier 1 sub. Thank you. Greta also has autism, if you didn't know. I did know that. Hammer Time with the $1. Existing in the core during late-stage capitalism requires jumping through cognitive hoops to believe you're a good person. Whenever people call this out, it is an existential threat to their very identity. True! Oh, did Crowder do a fucking video? People keep linking a Crowder video. Are we going to have to do a... Umbrax with the $4. Who cares about her age if her speech is good? Yeah, I don't... People were like, people were like, you shouldn't criticize her speech for 16. I'm not criticizing her. Greta's like, cool, I don't care. I'm just talking about the optics, the effectiveness of certain forms of rhetoric. That's my interest. That's what I'm here for. And Hammer Time again with the $1. This is a speech directly aimed at the neoliberal consumers in our core. This is a speech ignoring their made-up excuses and treating them as people making an active choice to do nothing. Yeah, I agree. It seemed mostly like directed at like do-nothing liberals. Paris James with the $2 Australian. Jocko Whiskers will consider. Thank you. Bro9698 with the $1. Thank you. If the 1% are killing the planet and they know what they're doing, then why keep doing it? Won't they die with the rest of us? They have to know that. Oh, God, no. No. Also, for one, long-term thinking has never really been like the penchant of billionaires. But more importantly, they absolutely will not. They have the money, resources, and political capital to survive basically any changes to the planet. Even the only thing that would really threaten like American billionaires would be the collapse of the dollar. Like the only thing that you could really do to threaten them wouldn't be destruction to the planet, but rather destruction to the economic system they like base their wealth on. But even then, like they probably have like assets in gold and physical like no, they're fine. They're ready. There are unironically right now rich people investing in like safe houses and bunker homes and like and solar powered yachts so they can survive the end of the world, but the rest of us can't. Posadas John with the $1. They kind of have to keep the business running and also greed. Yeah, for a time, but when it comes time for the business to die, then they're fine. Wow, exactly like Greta. Hell yeah. And then again with the $1. Unironically, this is exactly how I talk to my coworkers. I assume this was during my first speech. Hell yeah. Brother! Alexander the Magnificent with $5. I wonder if transhumanism will be needed in order to survive long term if we failed to stop climate change from getting much worse. What are your thoughts? We're a really, really, really long way away from like mass produced human augmentation to be even like remotely possible. I don't think the time frame in which that could happen is really going to like fit in with is really going to fit in with the consequences from climate change personally. But I don't fucking know. Maybe we'll all be black because it will be so hot. Scorix with the $10. Thank you. Hey, that's really kind of you. Hey, Vosh, love your content, and I'm so glad you're covering this. Take my Brit money, ew, as thanks before it's completely tanked by Brexit, and keep it up, comrade. Hey! Maybe I will. I love you, buddy. Thank you. Much appreciated. Disgusting. Brit Bonger dollars. Magalore with the $2 Canadian. What's a peen crossed with a potato? A dictator. Thanks for the $2. Magalore with the $5. What sound does a Mexican clock make? Tic taco. Magalore with the $2 Canadian. How do Muslims like their coffee? Hebrewed. Hebrew is Jewish. Magalore with the $2 Canadian. Where do horses get their water? The Hoover Dam. Magalore with the $2 Canadian. Where do horses live? A neighborhood. Comrade Courtney with the tier 1 sub. Thank you. I'm gay. Me too, brother. Mechanisthea with the $2. Please do a new age hippie version of that argument. I'm sorry. I'm all out of other voices to do. I'm terribly sorry. Chat. How is my fucking ad-libbed arguments? How'd you feel about it? Tell me. Share your thoughts. Loopy Jackal with the $10. Thank you, comrade. Uh-oh. I joined the Socialist Rifle Association. Are you proud of me? Yep, yes I am. Also, if you want to buy some hentai, check out my boy Surreal Tone on Twitter. He needs money to fight ICE. Follow and retweet, please. Can I show this on stream? I can show that. Boy, I sure can't show that. Can't show that. Can't show that. Can't show that. Is this anal? Pretty sure that's anal. That looks like an anal internal. The angle. Here you go, chat. Godspeed. I'm tossing it to you. Get on out there. Get! Jip with the tier 1 sub. Thank you. I thought I already checked recurring sub, but I had to resub just now. Love you, Vashi. Hey, I unticked your recurring sub just to troll you. Silence with the $5. Thank you. Vosh, you got to do a coalition building 101 stream after your rhetoric 101 stream. Left can't build coalitions, and I've seen too many unironic Bernie killed Rosa memes from anti-cap Facebook groups. Yeah, a lot of it's the same problem I have with woke scolds, really. Groups of people who don't really seem to be interested in like meaningfully changing the system, but more in like reinforcing their pre-existing or presupposed moral purity. I'm gonna have to fucking blow through these a lot faster. Hold on. Life hacks YouTube dude with the rock with the some number of dollars. I can't see it. Name the cat Jeff so you can say my cat Nama Jeff. I'll keep it in mind. Ziggy Zack with the $5. Not even a message. Thank you. Conciliator. Conciliator with the $5. When are you getting Zach Fox on the show? I don't know who that is. Let's Google. Well, check out this fucking Crowder video, I guess. Stand-up comedian, rapper, illustrator, and internet personality from Atlanta. I mean, he looks sick. I don't know. Anti with the $5. It's simple. Logan's run the boomers. World's problem solved. Political violence is bad. Never hurt another person. Even if it's in self-defense. Even if the alternative is the entire planet dying. Never hurt another person. Coco Rock with $5. Have you checked out J-Reg? If so, what's your opinion on his political content / content in general? People keep asking me to check out J-Reg, and I keep not doing it, mostly to trigger the libs. I'm afraid I have not yet seen his content. That looks better, I think. Maybe. People keep telling me to check out his content, and I haven't yet, but I'm sure I'll get around to it eventually. Kango with the $2. Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer. Ha-has in chat. Chat, you heard the man. Throw out the ha-has. Try Anon with the $5. Don't know if you've already covered this, but you could do a segment about the unrest in Haiti. Horrible situation, but seems to have some revolutionary potential. Wish the best. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about it, but I would need to do a research stream on it. Haiti is, you know, it wouldn't be their first experience with revolutionary sentiment, so maybe some good can come from that, huh? Lefty that with the $2 Australian. Greta is a queen and needs the left's love. I don't know if I want a queen stan a fucking 10-year-old, but I mean, she seems cool. She wore an Antifa shirt. Imperial General with the tier 3 sub. Thank you, my friend. Enjoy that fancy pants orange name. What's your opinion on why fascistic elements are used so often by the heroes in fiction? From Star Wars directly ripping off Triumph in the Will to Starship Troopers satirizing this tendency in war movies. Okay, so the problem here fundamentally is that fascism is in many respects the politicized form of a worship of strength and of community, and in the worst ways. It's pathological, but that's sort of how fascism emerges, as a irreverent deference to strength, and of your immediate community to the exclusion of all else. There's also an element of hero worship, of death worship in fascism, where you live to be glorious, strong soldier, and then die on the front at 19, you know? And these things tie in really well with the classical hero story, you know? The hero must be strong, and they have to be self-reliant too, you know? It's not enough that they be strong through their friends. Friends are important, sure, but they also have to be strong on their own, and that's the greatest test they will face. In addition, usually hero stories have you facing off against an antagonist, and that antagonist is very, very, very often an other. It's not just some worsen. It's not just some bad element from the society that you're in. They're a distinct group of people, or a distinct person from a distinct group of people. And it's through that otherization that fascist politics tends to get its bite. And the hero worship thing is the easiest connection to make of all. After all, you have a hero, you have hero worship. You have in something of a death worship in fascism. This is reflected in the hero story. In real life, soldiers cry and piss themselves and shit themselves all the time. They cry out for mom as they bleed out on the fields of the Somme. You know, that's war in real life. But in fascism, war is this glorious, masculine presentation, this theater where men go to die for all of the values they hold dear. And that's kind of how it pans out in hero story too. Hero stories don't usually like inundate the protagonist with this deep, desperate fear of death that freezes them in combat. They usually, if they have that, they learn to overcome that, and they face death fearlessly with the same behavior you would expect a fascist to demand of the soldiers in their command. I've never read Starship Troopers. I've only watched the movie, and it's a good movie. And wow, you people are donating. Hold on, Jesus. Ketos 420 with the $2. What about overpopulation's role in climate change? I read in a science magazine that the decision to not have a kid saves 70 times as much CO2 as the decision to go vegan. The more people there are on Earth, the worse climate change will get. That's just math. However, overpopulation, as it's typically discussed, seems to be a myth. The planet seems like it will be able to hold the amount of people that we can expect Earth's population to taper off at after the world at whole becomes developed. But that increase in population is a more or less natural and inevitable part of a country developing and industrializing, what have you. So the issue here isn't that there are too many people. The issue is that when people are born, they arrive sometimes in the West and other places into a system which for each person demands an enormous amount of you know, carbon footprint, what have you. Hold on. Ziggy Zach with $5. You're being very generous today. Thank you. Lots of libertarians unironically saying that Greta being politically active should make her okay to bang. Yep, that's a good-ass meme right there. I love that shit. I love it when people project their pedophilia. And hating on Gloria Farrow with the $5. How'd you feel about the takedown video Destiny did on Hassan? I felt it was unfair he brought you into it. Thanks for the $5. Red Rocket with the $1. On the transhumanism comment, the only hurdle to augmented humans is moral concerns. We can keep mouse brains alive and interact with nerve cells. As always, religion is in the way. I'm sure it's a little more complicated than that. I doubt it's just religion, but... I don't know. Nicholas Pogson with the $2. Had to watch the Molyneux video for work. Kill me? What work are you doing? Ellie Rogers 12 with the $5. These dad jokes from Magalore were more than enough for me to say that America should nuke Canada into a fucking crater. America should nuke Canada into a crater for more reasons than that, okay? For one, Canada is currently the major global exporter of racism, thanks to Justin Trudeau. So, is Destiny ever going to take you back? Guys! Do you want to see a hot meme? This matters only to me. Nobody cares about this except for me. But I'm happy about it, okay? This is my little victory, all right? When I was exiled from Destiny's community, I was but a white name boy. But now, I am an orange name boy. What power? Look at that orange name. What power? Now we leave before things get weird. What does orange name mean? It means I'm cool, okay? Balthazar 228 with the $2. Stalin, Pepe, and a tank being yeeted as tankies out emote win. Yeah, we do need an anti-tanky emote, for sure. I could probably put in a Stalin, Pepe, and you guys would just have to like exit. But yeah, no, I need one. Did I get unbanned from Twitch? No. But I'm orange? Listen. The reason why it's special that I have an orange name in Destiny's chat is because Destiny is a filthy, liberal, bourgeois cucklord, okay? Who gives out the orange only to the people who are broadcasters. But you all can get orange name for the low, low price of $5 a month. What an incredible deal. Okay, let's focus. Mythater with the $10. Mythatir? Mythater. Either way, thank you. Hey Q, sorry I'm late on the stream, just slowly catching up. Just wondering what you thought the best way for a chronically ill person, chronically ill like well, to fight climate change is. Tough for me to throw bricks at factories. Hey listen, if you're chronically ill, do not worry about direct action and do not worry about mitigating your consumption. Life is hard enough for you as it is, okay? All you need to do is vote the right way and participate in the communities you are capable of participating in a way to bolster that cause. If that means donating, donate. If that means just living and surviving and doing your best to outlast this cruel, cruel world we live in, that matters too. Is being conservative classified as a chronic illness? Yeah, and the goal is always to see it terminal. Red Eye Sam with the $5. Have you seen the tankies raging out about Greta for not being their little green Shay? Yeah, tankies will rage out at anything. I've actually had some really cringy fucking tanky behavior. Really cringy tanky behavior coming at me hot lately. Coming at me fucking hot. It's really fucking weird. I'm so brand one. With the $2, Brandon saw a Nazi flag at house right now. Stream keeping me chill. Burn that shit up, comrade. Unless you'll get in trouble for it, okay? Stay safe. Stay safe. MF Zoom with the $5 been trying to convince lefties to care more about rhetoric, but they say I'm tone policing or that people who are persuaded that way don't truly believe or are easily swayed overall. Yeah, that's because most lefties are brainlet cucks whose tiny, tiny fucking gray matter could fit. I could cram it all down my urethra, okay? Like, it is fucking pathetic to me. How many lefties? I want to change the world. No, not like that. Not by changing people's minds. I want to change the world by being a really, really good person quietly on my own and shaming other people in a way that ostracizes them and makes them not want to get in with my social group. I'm sorry, sweetie, but if you're the kind of person who needs to be convinced with efficacious rhetoric, I don't know if saving the world is right for you. Maybe we should all just die. I want to fucking kill myself. Bro9698 with the $1. By end of the world, you mean the literal extinction of the human race or just a substantial amount of the population dying? The latter. I'm pretty sure that a portion of the human race will survive pretty much any consequences of climate changing. I mean, we can literally grow food, like, underground. Like, we could build bunkers underground. Literal, like, fallout vaults, you know? It's possible. We have the tech to do it. It's not impossible at all. It's totally fucking possible. But a great many people die. Marcus Seren with the 50 kronar. Also, have you seen the trailer for the pro-Nazi propaganda film My Honor Was Loyalty? I have not. That'd be fun. Wait, hold on. I'll give it a look soon, okay? Yeah, all we need is a good cobblestone generator. That's what I'm saying. God damn. Alright, we got this. Soviet Commissioner Greta with the $5. Hey Vosh, love your content. Been watching it a lot and wanted to thank you for it. I'll be starting my sociology study next month. Any advice for a comrade? Yeah. Wait, why is it playing? Whoa! Sorry. I didn't realize I hadn't paused it. Any advice for a comrade? Have a good time at college. Don't take it take your studies seriously, but don't take the nature of the institution too seriously. Get in good with your professors, find which one of them are genuine lefties, and try and talk with them to the extent that they'll trust you enough to help you with research projects down the line. It'll make classes a lot more fun and interesting. Also, get in with clubs. Just take advantage of the social resources available to you at college. And have a good time. Laser Beans with $5. It's important as a vegan to know and push the fact that corporations and subsidized meat are also helping destroy the planet, not just meat bad. True! Eating meat is good, actually. Emmanuel with the $5. Conservative climate change deniers will disappear in a few years and then they'll become eco-fascists. And eco-fascists won't be able to do shit against climate change. They think it all comes from overpop and they will try to kill all non-whites. That's why we gotta deal with fascism as well. Hey, listen, remember, the war against fascism and the war against climate change are one and the same, my friends. They are united. Together. Together. Jip with the $5. Just one, I want you to read out a question. Start answering like, yeah, so there isn't really, and then glug glug on your water only to move on to the next question. If only I was that cruel and heartless. If only I could speak with such brevity. But I cannot. Addie with the $10. Thank you. Woo! The entire schooling and new curricula on durability is focused on personal responsibility. The future generations will be raised on the lib lie. Why should we even try anymore? Because future generations are growing up in material conditions that facilitate the downfall of capitalism, whereas prior generations were not to the same extent. So current and future generations, even if they're still being taught lib shit, will be much easier to radicalize because the evident consequences of not radicalizing will be more available to them. We just have to make sure they radicalize in the proper direction. Please, Vosh, fuck that shit. What are you talking about, Nino? The fuck are you talking about? I have no idea what the fuck any of you are talking about at any point in time. NPC Porky, nice meme, with the $3. Look at heavy metal in Botswana, pretty awesome. I will look that up at some point. Marcus Sarin with the 50 kronar. What do you think about the Patton quote, "We defeated the wrong enemy"? Nazis use that quote all the time. What context was that quote in? Wasn't that him talking about the communists? Yeah, exactly. This is classic. We defeated the wrong enemy. This is literally just liberals siding with fascists against leftists, right? Easy. Easy. Easy! How do you define fascism? Because you use it sparingly? I use it the opposite of sparingly. I use it judiciously. And I've defined fascism like a bunch of fucking times. So I never have to do it again. But yeah, it's literally just liberals siding with fascists over leftists, like 100% of the time. They love doing that shit. It's their favorite thing to do. Easy. Ellie Rogers, 12 with the $5. Here's a tattoo you should get. Back tattoo of Tupac and Biggie Smalls making out with angel wings with the caption, "In heaven all things are forgiven." And the things has a Z at the end instead of an S. Yes. Sinya with the tier 1 sub, thank you. I'm really waiting for that rhetoric stream, and also coalition building stream would be very good. Yeah, I've got to do it. And I also have to finish the alt hype shit. Jesus. Alt hype shit. Red Eye Sam with the $10. Thank you, comrade. That's very kind of you. Skadoodle Skidass liquidate the landlord class. Chairman Meow declares his policy on land reform, circa 1947. Ha! If you think my little baby kitty is going to stop at liquidation of the landlord class, then let me tell you, you've got another thing coming. Because my little kitty is going to stop at legal and non-violent reappropriation of their resources, because political violence is bad. Bet you didn't see that coming. Try Anon with the $5. Darn it, Vish. You pronounce my name differently every time. It's Tree Unon. Emphasis on the first syllable. Probably going to get intentionally mutilated now. P.S. Bangalore gets the fanciest cell in gulag tacos. You got it, Trianon. And Aurora with the $2. Vosh, I'm masochist. Please ban me, then unban me. No. No more kink. Okay, we've only got 3 more donuts. Jesus. Chaos with the $5. So to you, what is the difference between fascism and Nazism? Or are they the same thing? Nazism... Okay, so fascism has always been incoherent. deliberately incoherent in its political ascriptions. So it is possible to be a Nazi and not be a fascist, but the politics usually end up the same either way. A Nazi, typically speaking, is a fascist who promotes white supremacy and believes in the Jewish question. So they want a white ethno-state. They want a nation built only for white people. And they believe that Jews are an international cabal of white haters who are trying to destroy the white race by blah, 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 bringing in brown people, so on and so forth. That's the meme. That's the classic right there. That's the classic meme. Donkey Show with 100 pesos. Greta's speech or Greta's audience sounds like that. What do you mean? Donkey Show, I'm afraid if there's some context in which you donated that, you are well behind on the stream. I imagine I was referring to Greta's speech, though, because I wasn't really referring at any point to Greta's audience. Paranico with the $5. Vegans make it so hard to like them, even though some do fight the meat industry because of overuse of water and appropriation of land and mistreating the workers in the third world. Any vegan who isn't also a leftist and who doesn't also oppose labor exploitation is a fucking clown. I will say that. Hold on. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to use the restroom, and then we need to find out what the fuck Crowder is doing. Is Crowder doing anything? Am I leaving YouTube? All right. We'll take a look at it in a second. Hey, Crowder. Everyone just stare at his face while I'm gone, okay? Amazing. All right. Yeah, I washed my hands and I rubbed the little baby kitty. Little baby kitty. Yes, baby. Do you think Crowder is cute? Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty good at assessing people's appearances independent of their repulsive political values. If Steven Crowder was a lefty, I think all of us would agree that Steven Crowder is pretty cute. He's also pretty beefy. They changed the stream title. Nice. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's Let's wiggity 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 do it. That was a fire beat. Let's do it.
Okay, I think that's working now. Hello, YouTube. There's my zit there. I don't know if you can see it. I brought it with me. But, ooh, of course you can see it. You can see that thing from space. The wonder of...
Okay, really quickly. I know this is totally irrelevant. I remember when I was like 13, I got a new haircut place opened up near my house, okay? And I was 13 and I had acne, and it was pretty bad acne, and I went there, and the fucking haircut lady was really fucking hot. And I fucking cringed out. I cringed out on you, okay? The fucking moment I sat down and she was like, "What kind of cut do you like?" And I told her, and I was like, "By the way, this right here, this sure looks like a zit, doesn't it? Ha. I actually just hit my head really hard. But it sure does look like a zit, doesn't it?" And she looked at me and she was like, "Yeah, it does look like a zit." And I was like, "Yeah, but it's not." And then we continued with the haircut in silence for 30 minutes. Let's go back to the video.
Shooting a cell phone video in broad daylight when it's not a transgender makeup tutorial certain to make the YouTube trending list. Oh, I should have turned it on.
What the fuck? Shooting a phone video in daylight that is not a trans makeup tutorial. Okay. Got him? Remember, wait. We gotta keep the Crowder humor counter, okay? Every time Crowder launches a gut buster, I really hope that would have more of a ding noise. What about this? We're doing that. Yeah, Crowder watches those makeup tutorials. We're doing this every time.
Notifications off. Nope, I'm just a regular run-of-the-mill basic bitch cisgender male shooting an unflattering broad daylight, raking across my problem skin. I know a lot of you have clicked this because of the title, and that's not clickbait. It's been a legitimate question for a while now, and some things have heated up. Some plans here have changed that we'll be updating you a little bit more on tomorrow. My half Asian lawyer, Bill Richmond, will be in. Also, by the way, we'll be talking more about Donald Trump and the Ukraine. I at the time of recording this video...
By the way, I just want to say, guys, it's not normal to be a successful 30-something dude with 4 million subs on YouTube who gets all of your money from, like, black money billionaires, and then to open a video like whining about how you look, like, "Oh, this unflattering light." I just want to say that is a little bit strange. That is a little weird to me.
I'm still reading the documents that have been released to try and have a more informed opinion on it. Oh, by the way, I know I digress here, but can you see this? Look at this. I've had this gimbal this whole time for my phone that I paid for, and I didn't even realize it. I was holding this up with my shoulder like an idiot. Anyway, we'll talk about Donald.
Wait. Gimbal. Oh, the little hand-holdy thing. Hey, more evidence that Crowder is a bougie piece of shit, okay? Real proletarians call it a hand-holdy thing. Who would call it a gimbal, honestly? Disgusting.
Trump in Ukraine tomorrow. And how about that Greta? Huh? I don't want to talk about that in this video, because if I talk about that in this video, it'll likely get banned for harassing a self-professed political activist because she's 16 years old, unlike the Covington kids.
I think she is by definition a political activist, right? It's not like a job. You don't need like a degree. She's doing political activism, so she's I don't like. Okay. Also, by the way, little fucking weird for a grown ass man to be like, I don't want to talk about the 16-year-old girl because I might get banned for harassment. Like, all right. You do you, dude.
So, yeah, to get to YouTube, there are a few things that have been going on here. And at the time of recording this video, things are likely to change. So I want to be really clear about this, and that's why we want to get all of our ducks in a row when we release some more information tomorrow on the stream.
What are you talking about? We're 2 minutes in. No information has been given.
And you'll be learning at the same time as I'll be learning the legal action that we'll be taking with my half-Asian lawyer, Bill Richmond. At this time, I've sent him all of the documentation, all the screenshots, all the private correspondence with YouTube. And by the way, my half-Asian lawyer, Bill Richmond, has corresponded.
What does he keep saying? My half-Asian something? What is he saying? Is he trying to make a joke? He keeps like slurring through that. Can somebody in chat decipher? What the fuck?
All the private correspondence with YouTube. And by the way, my half-Asian lawyer, Bill Richmond, has...
My half-Asian lawyer?
Shots, all the private correspondence with YouTube. And by the way, my half-Asian lawyer, Bill Richmond, has...
My half-Asian lawyer, Bill Richmond. Why did he keep saying it like that? That's really weird. This is like, this would be like if like a Nazi or a Ku Klux Klaner kept being like, oh yeah, and after the rally, I'm going to go down and meet with my, my half-black hairdresser, Jerome. Like, okay. I didn't realize he was saying half-Asian lawyer. I think he said it 3 times, so. There we go. You gotta get up top. Okay. We're on 6.
Corresponded with YouTube and Susan Wojcicki. He's met with her and spoken with her, so I don't really know what it takes to get a clear answer on this. One thing I will say before I move on to any specifics, if you haven't tuned out now, the best way to follow this content, the best way to support it if you're not a member of Mug Club, which is what sustains us, is listen, we do a new video every day except for Sunday, and sometimes on Sunday. Just bookmark the page and check in every day, because subscriptions don't work, and then we get all of you to hit the notification bell. And then the majority of you don't even get notifications.
Reminder that Crowder's show gets his money from like co-funding and from other like big fucking billionaires that pay him and tell him what to say. All of this like begging for subs shit is theater. It's not about how much money he makes from the project. It's about getting results so he can justify the funding that he gets from his billionaire masters. Think about it from that perspective. He doesn't need the extra fucking... His show isn't teetering on the brink of losing funding. That's not what's happening here. The reason why he wants more is for optics, because it makes him look better when he has more. He doesn't need that money.
And now we've seen some...
True, Soros is my funder.
Some stuff happening with search. And this happened because someone asked me about a Change My Mind video, and I said, well, just search Steven Crowder, Change My Mind. And right now, if you search it, it's likely to change because we'll be making enough of a stink. So if you're watching this video 2 days later, you might think that I'm lying. But at this very moment in time, if you search Steven Crowder, Change My Mind, none of our content shows up.
Wait. This video was released today. How recently? He's saying right now if I search Steven Crowder Change My Mind, it won't show up. 1 hour. Okay, this video came out 1 hour ago. Steven Crowder Change My Mind. Blaze TV, Blaze TV, Blaze TV, Blaze TV, Steven Crowder, Blaze TV. Is this not hit? Is this not what he wants? Does he not want the Blaze TV? Does he mean that his own Change My Mind videos aren't on the thing? Because he works with Blaze TV. That's one of the companies. When was his last Change My Mind? CNN is fake news. Change My Mind. Is it bad that the Blaze TV version is what comes up? He said YouTube. This is hardly censorship. All right. Nice meme, Crowder.
Now it'll direct you to local CBS affiliates. It'll direct you to Young Turks. I think we're 70 search results down if you type in my name as far as videos.
What? Crowder. Yeah. What? And even here, Blaze TV, Blaze TV, Fox News, Blaze TV, Blaze TV, Brett Weinstein, Joe Rogan, Blaze TV, Yeah, try incognito. It's the same results. It's the same results. This is incog. I'm not signed in. Search just change my mind? Why would just change my mind show him? Blaze TV! Blaze TV! Blaze TV! You don't understand what he's saying? Narrator, every single thing that I type in, he immediately comes to the top in incognito mode. Well, what do you mean? Check suggestions on Discord? What the fuck are you people talking about? You don't understand, want me to explain? Hold the fuck on. If there is some highly esoteric algorithm shit here, whatever it is, it doesn't change the fact that searching for Steven Crowder changed my mind, or change my mind brings up Steven Crowder. This is what they cite as examples of censorship. This is what they get. It shows up for me when I write it. Okay? Yeah, it shows his channel. It shows his videos. He literally just said if you search for what I just searched for, all you would get are like Young Turks videos or MSNBC videos. The fact that Blaze TV comes up and not his channel hurts him. Of what relevance is that? He just said that anti-him channels came up. He works with Blaze TV. He's lying. Narrator, why are you playing defense for him? Everything he's said so far is factually incorrect. All right.
That show up, and it does get to be frustrating because we've tried to act in good faith. And one thing I think that conservatives get wrong when it comes to YouTube, so right now we're really talking about the search algorithms, the organic traffic, and them trying to sway the election results for 20.
He's lying for optics. Is that hard to understand? It makes sense to me. Oh, wait. I don't have the screen on. Well, it makes sense to me. I don't know why a lot of people are like, he technically, when Crowder says that when you search his name, all you get is Young Turks articles and we're 70 down in the algorithms. Even though all of that is completely fucking false and completely indefensible lying, what he actually means is that in the SEO search results, technically, if you look at him, even though all the stuff that comes up is of him, it's not technically from his channel. It's from a channel that he works for. Like, okay, dude. Okay, dude. He's not wrong about it hurting his channel. Narrator, it's okay if it's hurting his channel. He's lying about it. And some people are getting his content when they search for him, too. For some people, literally just link straight to their channel. His argument here isn't that, hey, sometimes Blaze TV links come up instead of my links, and that hurts my algorithm. What he's saying is that he's 70 down on the search results. His channel doesn't even show up. And what actually shows up in place of him are fucking MSNBC Young Turk videos, which is provably false. So, anyway, let's...
2020. It's not just about our channel. But if they can do what they've been doing to our channel, the biggest conservative YouTube channel out there, they're going to do it with anyone they deem to be a threat. And there are a few other channels that we've run searches on. And we've seen this happen right now. We've seen organic reach and search traffic direct people away from conservatives and to other channels. We've also run these same searches, diagnostics on leftist channels, and it's not happening.
I would love to see any evidence of this, because every single time I take a look at traffic and site redirection within YouTube, conservative channels outperform leftist channels. Every single time. So I would love to see like an argument in favor of this. He's saying this from the position of the fucking 4.14 million subscriber Steven Crowder, backed by dark money billionaires. The fucking conservative channels are huge compared to the left-leaning channels. The biggest left-leaning channel on YouTube, apart from the Young Turks, and the Young Turks is admittedly very, very big, but in terms of like actual YouTubers rather than like news channels that play on YouTube, the biggest one is fucking ContraPoints. And ContraPoints is what? Yeah. Less than Sargon of Akkad. Sargon of Akkad, the Gamergate grifter, has more than this. How much does the Quartering have? About 100,000 less. ContraPoints, the biggest, like, breadtube YouTuber, is slightly larger than somebody who grifts and makes, like, 3 videos a day about how the cucked gaming industry is taking away boobies from the good, honest, hardworking American pedophiles who deserve the boobies of the 14-year-old girls.
It's not the same treatment. We've gone through the top conservative channels, top leftist channels.
Though it should be known, of course, that I would be totally fine with all of this not being the case. If all of these channels got deleted tomorrow, I would not have a problem with it.
Very, very different search results. Very different algorithms and how they're treated. Very different trends as far as organic reach. And this all coincides with YouTube making changes as it relates to the verified channels. You know, they came out publicly and said, well, we're going to try and encourage people to redirect them rather to the verified channels out there so that we avoid imposters. Well, we've experienced the exact opposite of that, to the point where we've experienced a decline for the first time in 4 years.
I'll bet he's referring to leftist channels as people like John Oliver or talk show hosts. Well, yeah, of course, that's the game to them, you know? Steven Crowder is literally a fascist, so he's going to call out basically anyone from the mainstream media as being part of the leftist media. When John Oliver and talk show hosts have actual syndicated TV show programs and obviously aren't in the same category as regular YouTubers.
Several days in a row, and again, no answers.
So what the fuck is this video on? Am I leaving? Are you fucking leaving YouTube?
It's one of those things. You tell me if my half Asian lawyer Bill Richmond meets with Susan Wojcicki, talks with her, and the top brass at Google and YouTube, you know, they pay our way, our flights, and bring us out to a summit and say that we're not violating any policies, and then go out publicly after the Vox apocalypse and say that we're not violating any policies, and then demonetize us anyway, which we knew. But I kind of warned that was the tip of the iceberg, and what you would see was more so the soft.
Friendly reminder that demonetization affects literally every single, like, political channel. We can go right now and check. Here's my YouTube studio. Damn, look at all of these analytics. Look at all that. Guys, look, my sub numbers are going up lately. Nice. 1.3 million views last month. That's pretty good. I'm feeling all right about life. That's all good. Let's go to videos. So here's a hint. When you see the yellow $sign under monetization, that means that I've been hit with the same demonetization that Crowder complains about. Right here, see? Right here. Let's go through my videos and see how many of my videos are getting cuckaroonied. This one's completely ineligible due to a copyright claim. Damn, well, that's the first 30. Here's the next 30. Copyright claim. Oh! Here's the very first VOD of me playing Majora's Mask on stream. I got monetization for this one. Nice. And this one, too. Damn. So this is when I pitch a horror movie. So that's 2 videos out of 60 where I get monetization. So when he complains about, like, oh, they always do this, all the conservative channels are getting demonetized. Bitch, I am too. I am too. Every political channel is getting demonetized, okay? We're all getting hit. Not all of us have fucking billionaire money to fall back on, though.
Censorship behind the scenes, which I think is more pervasive. I think is more dangerous. People know if you're demonetized. People know if you're banned, right? You can make us think about that. What's harder is to get people to see what's happening beneath the surface, which is complete elimination of organic reach, which is the completely disproportionately applied policies to right-wing channels versus leftist channels. And by the way, there are going to be new YouTube harassment policies, which there's an article at CNBC right now that attributes it directly to me, to this channel, to you, really, and the Vox Adpocalypse, that even if content out there does not violate YouTube's policies, they're now going to expand the umbrella to include more broad terms of harassment. So something I want to say that I think conservatives have gotten wrong.
Remember that for the Vox Adpocalypse, that was Steven Crowder with his 4 million sub YouTube channel repeatedly harassing and making fun of the gay and Latin identity statuses of an editor at Vox, to the extent that he was waking up every day to hundreds and hundreds of hate mail messages and death threats and insults against his race and his sexual identity. And this was all being done over a period of weeks and months, relentlessly, from the largest conservative channel on YouTube. So just a reminder then that was unquestionably a breaking of the rules. Do you get a cut from YouTube Premium users' watch time if you're demonetized? Yes. My demonetization doesn't affect the YouTube Premium dollary dues.
I don't want to say wrong, but I think it's a miscalculation strategically. There's a lot of conservatives go out there, and if you look at these lawsuits or people complaining about censorship, they say, well, YouTube should, and they go out and declare what they want YouTube to be. Well, YouTube should be free and open. YouTube should be a public platform. And they have tried to declare that they are a public platform, but then when they want to, they declare that they're a publisher. That being said, it's still...
Nice. Hey, this is a really, really, really common conservative lie. They're really, really fond of this one. If you're interested, you can type on the YouTube box, okay? You can type Vosh PragerU. I forget what the rest of it is called. Nope. Here you go. PragerU is lying to you about free speech and the First Amendment. In this beautiful video, I take down the publisher versus platform meme with the help of a lawyer in my chat, and reveal that all of this is meaningless grifting. There is no distinction here whatsoever. Damn, look at that handsome mane. Look at me, back when I last trimmed my beard, fucking a month ago. What an excellent video this was. Just a hot tip, in case you're interested.
Was starting from a little bit of a deficit, because you are going out there making the argument for what you want YouTube to be. They don't necessarily have to play by those rules, and I accept that. What we have been trying to do is hold YouTube accountable to their own rules. YouTube goes out and says, we don't manipulate search results. They do. YouTube says, we haven't affected your subscriptions at all. They have. Then we get most of YouTube so get a notification bell. And the majority of you don't get notifications. That's why I say, please just bookmark the page, check in every day. We don't want YouTube to be in charge of us being in contact with you. Every day on weekdays, it's always at, is it 8 p.m.? 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern. It goes up every single day, and then on Saturday, we just don't often do videos on Sundays. So the legal action that we're going to be taking, we'll go into more depth tomorrow, and we'll reveal more of this information tomorrow as to what's happening.
Legal action. Do you think this is what I want to see? Guys, legal action. I want to see the class action lawsuit. PragerU and Crowder, the fucking tag team from the heavens, coming down to sue Google. That's what I want to see. Absolutely. I want to see those fucking courtroom documents. Yeah, NRB, you're completely right. This is a 13-minute video, and so far all it is a fucking channel advertisement. You know what? Crowder, I'm not giving you what you want. We're done with you, Crowder. It's over. It's my turn now. Now I'm going to do the same thing. My friends, unlike Steven Crowder, when I get demonetized, I can't fall back on billionaires giving me money to disseminate propaganda to the proles, to convince them that racism doesn't exist, that actually white people are the ones who did everything worthwhile in society, feminism is useless, immigration is cancer, Islam is barbaric, and global warming is a hoax. I don't have that backing. So if you want to support that channel, that content, that fucking meme lord, Vosh, the man, the myth, the legend, what you need to do is you need to go type Vosh, find the channel, click the channel, okay? And then you have to sub. I can't do that because this is my own channel that I own myself. However,
and how it affects
the button is right here. You hit subscribe, and then you hit the bell to give you the notifications. And then because this is Crowder, you quickly unclick the bell and unsubscribe, cucking Crowder out of your subscriber dollary dues. That's what you need to do. And like Crowder, from now on, in his example, I will now be dedicating 3 hours out of every single stream to whining about how I am not making enough money from this and how I am getting cucked by the algorithm and everything is unfair and how I pretend to be the party of personal responsibility but then blame everyone else when rules that affect everyone get put into play. That's what we're doing now. Okay? Hit the bell. Click the sub. Follow me on Twitter. Go to Patreon. Go. I don't even care if you sub to me. Go to someone else on Patreon. Together, we can build me a fatter bank account. Okay? That's what Crowder would want. Look in those fucking eyes. Look in those soulless dead fish eyes. He wants money. All right? He wants it. And so do I. Bring it in. All right. That's enough. Let's go over to Paranico with the $5. Vegans make it hard to like them, even though some do fight the meat industry because use of water and appropriation of land, mistreating the workers in the third world. Did I not already read that? I think I did, but I love you anyway. Thank you for the $5. Bro9698 with the $1. Are Asians also threatened by Nazis? I feel like they only use them as a scapegoat to push things like race realism. Then when they're not useful, they dispose of them too. Yeah, basically. The Japanese were called the honorary Aryans back in World War II by the Nazis. The reason why Nazis tend to be more okay with the Asians is because they view the Orient as a distinct civilizational group that doesn't interact with our own that much. In that respect, though, things are changing, and it depends very much on the area in which you live. To a lot of people, Asians are this weird, mystical, like otherworldly force. But if you've lived in Los Angeles like I do, then you live like with a fucking lot of Asian people, you know? It's the degree to which Nazis feel they're an immediate threat to the white race that decides their perspective on those issues. You know how it be. NPC Porky with the $1. Have you read Oscar Wilde's The Soul of Man Under Socialism? No. If so, do you agree with his optimism that the future socialist society depends on the slavery of the machine? For one, I don't read. And no, I haven't read that. And for two, I don't know what the fuck that means. Some poetry right there. Slavery of the machine? Aren't all machines slaves? They don't really have autonomy. I don't fucking know. Let's say yes. I am in favor of that. Let's go. Isaac420 with the $5. Crowder stare emote. Nope, I do not want to see that in my fucking feed. Crowder infuriates me. Donkey Show with 100 pesos. Thank you. Oh, never mind. That was Tankies you were talking about. I thought you were mocking Greta for a second. That's what woke me up. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Tankies have just been super annoying lately. But that's okay. I love them. Every time when Tankies start like chitter in my feed, like they look like children to me, you know? And it's a good meme, and I like it. Monte Cupo with the 666. Got to go back to work. 10 out of 10. We'll watch later. I love you, Monte Cupo. Have a good one at work, okay? Life's tough. Take care of yourself. Narrator with the $5. I want to make it clear that I fucking hate Crowder, but I also know a lot about the YouTube SEO. I DM'd you enough about my de-radicalization, but the easiest way to explain it was with DSP. I don't know what you mean by DSP. You can DM me whatever you want. I read everything people send me. I wasn't like saying that the algorithms couldn't conceivably be acting against Crowder's best interests. What I was saying was that he was lying, which he was. And you started all I was saying was that he is lying, and then you started responding to a claim that neither I nor Crowder made. Crowder never said, or he never just said the optimization isn't working to my favor. He was saying he was 70 results down, and it was all MSNBC videos and shit, which he was lying about. So that's the... That's the meme. Democratic Socialist Party? I don't know why that would be the easiest way to explain it. Hold on. Jonathan is slightly miffed about this with the incredibly kind $20. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Hey Vosh, been watching your stream for a while and I just wanted you to know that you are an incredible influence. Your stream and Discord give me a very comforting sense of community. Thank you, comrade. Hey! Community building is really, really, really important to staying mentally healthy in times of great strife, okay? There are a lot of spaces online that are kind of crap. I'm trying to build a decent enough one. Not perfect, but it's, you know, it's something. I'm delighted to hear that you are taking something well from it. Thank you, comrade. Much appreciated. MF Zoom with the $5. Keep lifting, my guy. I'm working on it. Oh, yeah, guys. Hey! Yeah! Guys, I had my fucking chest day. Chest day today, and I did it. I've done my first 1 rep max since, in a decade. It's a little baby. It's a baby 1 rep max, okay? 155, all right? That's 155 when I got no sleep because the kitten kept jumping all over me, and no food, no creatine and stuff. I bet you in a month I can get that up to 195. Bet you. I bet you. We're gonna go for it, okay? In a month, 195. Yeah, then 2 months, 255. We gotta do it. We're gonna do the press. You haven't repped since 15? Dude, I haven't been... Do I look like I work out? Do I... I've always been like a large person, but I haven't worked out in a really long time. Liquid Smoke with the 50 kronar. I want a gif of Vosh banging crap together. Also, I'm calling it Crowder was told to make this video format to appear more approachable / relatable. Oh yeah. You fucking know. You fucking know one day Crowder coming out of his fucking penthouse loft, you know, slurping on a $7 popsicle when a limo with tinted windows rolls up next to him. It rolls down just enough for the silhouette of a shadowed face to pop out and say, "Hey, Crowder, the pros are getting antsy again. You gotta look relatable. Hey, do some of those FaceTime videos." And then the window rolled back up and the fucking limo drove away. And Crowder dropped his $7 popsicle to run back inside. That's the goal, Papa Lemur. 100%. Let's finish donations. And then I want to talk about Trump's impeachment, because that's a big old fucking meme. Are we ready? Can we throw hypers up? Listen, I want to see hypers if you're excited for the impeachment, and I want to see feels weird man. No, I want to see fucking Trumped. Is that what it is? Trumped. If you're not excited, if you think this is a bad idea, I want to see Trumped. We got some split. Let me finish donos, then I want to talk about that. Excuse me. Nail Garden with the 666. Doug's Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. How does that actually go? Hey there, I'm Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. That's how it is, right? Hey there, Doug Dimmadome here, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. There we go. Nailed it. Dylan Constant Jr. with the $10. Thank you. Your talk about how Crowder is funded by dark money makes me think. If I'm willing to pay sex workers for porn, then I'm obliged to donate to you. Ooh. What a way to think of it. My coquettish little fan. No, much appreciated, comrade. I always appreciate donations, but only do it if you have the money to do it. If you want to do it, if it's the good shit. Not if it's the bad shit. Only if it's the good shit. Don't want the bad shit. I only want the good shit. Fuck me. Thank you. Mexiball Nation with the $5. That net neutrality looks good for Steven Crowder now, doesn't it? Ha! Hey, listen. Net neutrality for me. Fucking paid lanes for thee. Chaos with the $5. So is atheism is unstoppable a race realist or a white nationalist or both? I have only seen evidence of atheism is unstoppable being a race realist, not of being a white nationalist. However, most white race realists are white nationalists. Fuck me. Hold on. We're going to do our best, okay? With that being said, look at this. Here's fucking Atheism is Unstoppable's feed. So, here's him talking about race realism while wearing a Jewish star with echoes symbol. Here's him repeating that story of like some white dude who got attacked by black people that all of the racists are jumping on as evidence that black people are like murderous baboons that can't control their outrage. I don't know what this video is about, but it's probably racist. Here's fucking Greta Thunberg. Every little girl in a horror film, apparently. And then here's, oh, but you'll cover this beating? Which suggests that he believes the media is only going to cover beatings of black people and not beatings of white people. Who, I wonder, is covering it up? Wow, it must be them. And who are they trying to stop but white people? I don't know. Yeah, he's probably a white nationalist. Dumbass shit. Hidden Pepe with the $1. Are there any people that unironically believe in monarchy that exist in the 21st century? Yes. Also, where is the link to your Discord? It should be on the fucking vosh.gg. And then up there you can just click Discord. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it works right there. Just go up and just click on Discord, and then you're good. If it doesn't work, it probably means you were banned. Don't get banned from Discord. Safety Skull with the $5. Sorry to be so critical on Twitter. I'm just trying really hard not to stand. Hey, it's all right. You made up for it with $5. I love you, buddy, okay? Don't worry about it. Never worry about my ego. I'm fine. Axie Sadio with the $2. You should try gymnastic rings. No, I really fucking shouldn't. And Rage Overdose with the $7. Here's a popsicle. Thank you! I love popsicles. Actually, that's more of Hyena's thing. Renticle Tape with the unbelievably generous tier 4 sub. Thank you, comrade. Jesus. Finally have the Senzu beans to support you, and it'll be the first of many. Please say Shlavoy Zizek. It gets me every time, as well as the accent. Also, want to suggest for your free time, if you want memes, check out Trump's recent UN address. I haven't checked out the fucking UN address yet, but I promise you I will soon, okay? I promise you. Is the Discord open to the public? Yes, it is open to the public, but there's like a 24-hour waiting period or something. Like once you join, you have to like confirm your identity or something, and then you have to wait in the general channel for a bit. It's just to prevent raiding. People raid my Discord all the fucking time. Thank you so much, Renticle Tape. That is incredibly kind of you, and I am delighted to be the recipient of those juicy, juicy senzu beans. And if you people would stop donating, I could get on to the next subject of discussion. Daniel Sullivan with $5. What's your take on impeachment as a strategy? We are about to get to that. Mexiball Nation with the $5. I dumped all skeptic channels since 2016. They have become garbage. Listen, if you define your politics around being anti-SGW, it's like no surprise you're going to eventually lead yourself down towards fascism. like inexorably, if that's your political goal, do what the SGWs don't want you to do. Like, of course you're going to fucking get led as far in the opposite direction as possible. And last but certainly not least, Shostako Lich with the tier 2 subscription. Thank you, my friend. Enjoying your content as always. By the way, I wish there were better voices for vegan ethics out there because my vegan comrades post cringe. If I were more personable, I'd take up the mantle, but I'm reaching a boiling point with misconceptions. I actually have a vegan friend, like a personal vegan friend, Areno, who I should bring on stream sometime. I feel like I could have a really good conversation with them. They're very reasonable. I say to juxtapose most vegans who are unreasonable cunts. Let me skip my dono. Unfortunately, some donos just fucking don't show up in the API. If I skipped any donos, I am terribly sorry, my comrades. It was by no means deliberate. It's super gay, though. Super gay. Super. I missed a few, though. Andrew Cochran with the $5. Hey Vosh, Kamazots directed me to your channel. You challenged my political suppositions and I think you're doing great work. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, comrade. Really appreciate it. Really, really, really appreciate it. Did I do it? Did I get all of them? I think I did it. I think I'm a fucking god. Nobody has ever done that before. Really quickly, wait, before we go on, what the fuck is this? Kanga, you have to link it again for me to fucking look at it. Oh, here it is. Thank you, Kanga. Excellent. Thank you. Top tier. Phenomenal. Thank you. I like the hat. Can we focus? So what is this? My honor was loyalty. Wait, this is back from 2014. This trailer is not propaganda. Okay.
Deutschland, Deutschland, über alles, über alles in der Welt. Men efter så Schutz und Trotze, broderlig så sammanhält von der Maßbus an der Mibel, von der Hals bis an den Belt.
Pepe. Really? This came out in 2014. This was before Pepe got associated with Nazis. Damn, that's prophetic. Now that is fighting the battle that we need to see fought. That's what I like to see. When I think of the many injustices I want to bring attention to, people were too mean to the Nazi soldiers. Remember what they took from us. Let's take a look at the comments. People talk about the SS being full of Nazi fanatics, are forgetting about the many volunteers from Estonia, Finland, and many more who just wanted to fight the communist rule which had invaded their homelands. We defeated the wrong enemy. From George S. Patton. They deserve respect. Next time we fight together. From straight white British Protestant. Watch The Greatest Story Never Told, a pro-Hitler story. It was a documentary. It was featured on Our Conspiracy. They weren't all the same. Get shut down for anti-Semitism. A movie shot by Pepe. Sign me up. Judaism is a religion of racial supremacy, but you never hear about that. From Primero Ultimo. Nice. Get a native German-speaking child to sing that song. There are millions of them. They were good soldiers, maybe the best. What honor. Watch Europa, The Last Battle. Still an SJW movie. Tries to make that all of them were not bad. National Socialism is not bad. It's the only political movement that stands with the white race, period. It's the only answer to a prosperous and proud Europe. Damn! This movie is SJW because it's not literally pro-Nazi. SJW has so many wonderful definitions. Amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this video. Somebody mentioned it a little while ago, but Sargon of Akkad did a video praising the politics of Starship Troopers, not realizing that it is a parody of fascism, and instead he just praised the actual fascism in the movie. It was really fucking funny. I remember watching this once and then very, very narrowly avoiding killing myself after it, but this is literally an hour and 21 minutes of Sargon looking at the service guarantee citizenship, of the deliberate parody of jingoistic patriotism, of the unjustified war propelled by propaganda, of the class collaboration being used to disguise social problems. He looked at all that as a classical liberalist, and then he was like, yeah, actually, this is rather based, isn't it? This is rather based. Like, this actually happened.
Mess. Value?
Man is the judge of his own grievance.
And apparently photoshopped himself
Agree
into
that
the movie.
then they must be held directly accountable to the body politic, which they are, making the purpose of the state to protect the constitutional rights of citizens from both foreigners and one another. This
Dude, Sargon is such a fucking fascist. Holy shit. You know that right now, Kutgan of Kutkad? Kutgan of Kakad. I'm the first... I am the only human being smart enough to have thought of that. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the mentions. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is meta as fuck right now. This is so good. So, PSA Sitch, aka the person who did the video on the SJW Mary Sue's, who I responded to, and who then spent 16 hours on live stream responding to my live stream video. 16 hours. This guy is teaming up with Adam Friended, the person who I debated in the socialism versus capitalism thing, and Sargon of Akkad, as they respond to the video I did, where I responded to a comment that Sargon of Akkad left on the video where I debated Adam Friended. So just to clarify, we had a debate between myself and Adam Friended, which got turned into a video, and on that video, Sargon of Akkad wrote a really stupid comment where he demonstrated a fundamental misunderstanding of how the universe works, which I then turned into my own fucking video response. And now, Adam, along with Sargon of Akkad, along with this other fucking dude who I did a video on before, are doing a response to that video, which will produce a new video that I will no doubt respond to myself. I'm ready. This is it. Oh, look, I drew a little face. You know what this reads to me as? This reads to me as Sargon of Akkad being afraid to debate me. Why would he write a comment and then appear on a small podcast discussing the video I did about that comment if he could just talk with me? He's scared. He's running. He's running, boys. I can't tweet at him because he keeps getting his fucking Twitter accounts banned for harassment. Beta! Beta! Beta. All right. I love you, narrator. Have a good day at work. All right. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Guys. Fucking check it out. Impeachment. God! Ugh! New York Times! Every time! God damn it. Fuck you, Washington Post. You run shit ads on Bernie. Every fucking thing that comes out of WAPO is fucking horseshit. Alright. Wait, where is the article? Why does it get... What? It kicks me... Stop! Okay. New new call. We look at me instead. Guys. You here? We're doing the we're doing the impeachment scheme. Did you know? Did you hear? Have you heard? Hypers if you heard. Hypers if you've heard. Some people have heard. That's what I like to see. I have mixed feelings on the impeachment. So there are two words. There are two worlds. Okay? There are two worlds. All right? In one world, we live in the world we want to live in. And in the other world, we live in the world we do live in. So in the world that I want to live in, Donald Trump should have been impeached way earlier on for enriching himself through his campaign, for failing to disclose financial matters, for trying to fire Mueller during the FBI investigation. Okay? So he should have been impeached a really long time ago. That would have been an ideal invocation of the system. But that is not the world we live in. We live in a significantly worse world. So in this world, the reason why Nancy Pelosi has refrained from going forward with this impeachment is because, A, it will probably not succeed, considering that Mitch McConnell is running the Senate right now, and you need a 2/3 majority to run through with an impeachment. But also because there are consequences in regards to following elections. So, for example, The big reason why she hasn't done it is because right now we are currently holding on to, and by we I mean Dems. I mean, I fucking hate the Dem Party, but you know what I mean. Democrats are holding on to seats in purple districts. Like, we gained a lot of seats in the House of Representatives during the 2018 elections. And in many of those districts, impeaching Trump is not as popular. So the theory is that if you go ahead with the impeachment, if any of those junior congressmen vote in favor of Trump's impeachment, that means, or if they declare support, that would mean that their seat is threatened, making it more likely that a Republican would come in 2020, because now the purple voters there will want to reject them because you're trying to take away our God Emperor, blah, blah, blah. Okay? However, it seems like impeachment polls pretty favorably in most of the country, and keep in mind, even during the height of the Watergate scandal back in the Nixon days, Nixon still had a 48% approval rating, which is higher than what Trump has today. So it's possible that we can't really speculate on what the outcome of the impeachment will be, because the favorability for or against impeachment tends to shift pretty heavily after it's actually invoked. Let's go over the impeachment process really quickly. I don't remember it offhand, so I'm going to look it up, of course. Let's learn from Cuck NN. CNN. Cuck, N-word, N-word. That is what CNN stands for. Don't let anyone tell you anything else. Okay? Now, impeachments have only happened twice in American history, right? We had one for that one old fucker, and we had one for Bill Clinton, and Nixon resigned before he could be impeached. Let me change my stream title super quick. So we don't exactly have a lot of precedent to base any assumptions on. Kind of out in the dark here. So let's look. The two most recent presidential impeachments began with a vote in a full House. Pelosi has broken with this format and chosen to instruct the 6 House committees already investigating Trump to proceed under that umbrella of impeachment inquiry. So for those of you who are curious, the way it basically works is the House of Representatives is the investigatory body during this. Well, actually, it just says right here, we can look at this. Allegations of impeachable offenses, including high crimes and misdemeanors, must be made. A high crime or misdemeanor is a severe crime. It has a very sort of loose jurisprudence in terms of what it means. It doesn't actually have to be something that's illegal, but it can be a way. It could be using the office of the presidency to enrich yourself, to bribery, treason, those sorts of things. Very high level crimes, you know. Keep in mind the Republicans voted to impeach Bill Clinton because he said that he didn't have sex with a lady when he got a blowjob from her. So just saying, there are a varying range of severity that, you know, sort of gets imposed here. And so the allegations must first be made, and then the House makes the decision to move forward with the impeachment investigation. So the House draws up an investigation and articles of impeachment. So for executive positions like the president and vice president, investigations can go directly to a House committee, which is what Pelosi has already done with the 6 pre-existing House committees. The full House, so the entirety of the House, all 430-something people, right? Wait, how many? Fixed by law at no more than 435. Yeah. What? Hey! Out! Tried to fucking get me there. Tried to fucking get me. I'm not getting got. Anyhow, If a simple majority approves them, the articles of impeachment, that is to say, if the investigation is done and the case against the president or whatever figure is made, and then a simple majority votes to pass that, it moves to the Senate. Simple majority just means more than 50%. And then a public trial is held. This picture cuts off. Why does this picture cut off? Are you kidding me? It's a picture they layered text over on a separate layer? That's fucking wild. Okay. Well, anyway, I guess. A trial is held within the Senate with the Supreme Justice, or the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, presiding. And it takes 2/3. So a supermajority. Let's draw 2/3, okay? This is the high quality education you come here for. There. This is 2/3. See? That's more than half. A lot of people get confused by this. Nice. And then if the 2/3 votes in favor, like if the 2/3 votes guilty or they vote to impeach, then the president gets impeached. And if they do not, then they do not. So here's what's going to happen 100%. I'm going to cough. That did happen. I called that one. Ugh. Here's what's going to happen. Step 1 has already been done. Step 2 is currently underway. The House will almost certainly vote to send the articles of impeachment up to the Senate. And then it will die in the Senate. Ooh, my cough is actually acting up quite a bit. New plan. New plan. Okay? Here's the new plan. I'm gonna fucking read donos, and then I'm gonna dip the fuck out of here. And I'm gonna do this shit tomorrow. Yeah, boy! Fuck me. Yeesh. Super frustrating. Whatever. I'm picking up medicine for it today. Amando Araujo with the $5. Did you know that crickets are 69% protein compared to 29% for beef? Eating insects is the future, and you know it. No point in fighting it. Listen, I'll turn to soy before I turn to fucking bug. Captain Gingy with the $5. Fosh, you made me pee-pee out my poo-poo. Maybe I shouldn't have read donos before leaving. Maybe it would have been more graceful for me to just leave. Larry Banks with the $1. Watched your video on why the alt-right are mentally ill, and I remember reading a Yale report that with the increase of secularism leads people to become materialist and want to fill the void of not no religion, leading to latch onto someone else. Yeah, we need to find a way to replace religion that isn't materialism. I should talk about that sometime. Morgan's on with the tier 1 sub. Thank you, trans rights indeed. And Nulse fame. Actually, Morgan's on, thank you for donating a subscription to Nulse fame. Have some dicks, comrade. I think I'll chill in the dicks right now, actually. Except for my own dick. Alright, folks, I'm gonna dip, honestly, just so I can rest my throat. I'm taking medicine for this literally today. So it should get better. Hey, I love you, okay? Toasted soup with the $5. Bug life, best life. And I'm out of here. Farewell.